We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SideScrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday? No, Wednesday. Here we are. It is Wednesday. Every Wednesday. Because Mally's here. Hi, Mally. Good to see you. We'll get to you in a second. I just remembered. Oh, fuck my life. Hi, Blabs.
Wow, he gets us confused.
Just
anyway,
right off the
hello.
bat, just crashing out in the worst possible way. I'm a wreck right now. It's crazy. How are you?
I lost my mic.
Fuck my life. Okay,
Here we are. We're ready to go. Listen.
Am I back yet?
This
Am I
is
back?
professional broadcasting.
Hello?
Yes, you're back.
My mic disconnected right when you brought me in. Anyway, hi. Are you there, Craig? Oh, you're just blinking.
Can we just, Blabs, can you just move down here? Phoenix, move down here, and we all just do the show in and here so we don't have to worry about all this nonsense. Like, that would be really great if we can all just get in the same room. Can we just do that now?
You want me to just move, just like on a whim?
No, we'll plan it out.
Maybe.
We'll get everybody down here and we'll do the show in person, and it'll make things so much better. And that way, whenever mics go out, we just say, Phoenix, you broke it.
Just blame Phoenix for everything.
That's right.
I usually do.
What do you think about that, Phoenix? I know you're not on camera today, but what do you think about that?
I just love being blamed for everything. So yeah, that sounds like a good that works
You
for
were
me.
blaming me for everything yesterday. Now it's your turn.
Let's go. Well, we'll move you from Guam. Someone not from Guam, but joining us every other Wednesday here to talk all the craziness in the world and Disney, the always wonderful Mally Mouse. Hello, Mally.
Hi.
Her mic didn't disconnect.
Nope. I got
What a-
luckier than you.
What a pro, huh? What a pro.
Professional. Craig doesn't know the days of the week, and my freaking tech is all busted.
Just don't tune into my streams. We had like an hours of troubleshooting last week. So
Nice.
it's good.
We've all been
Everybody's
there.
professional here.
Well, someone whose life is constant troubleshooting. Always also joining us today, the amazing Kay from Melee Games.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi. Yeah, you know me shooting at the hip every day. What's up?
That's right.
You didn't introduce her as resident racist, and I'm disappointed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you still can. It's fine.
Back up. Just me. Solo me, Phoenix. Solo me. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing now, straight from the corner convenience store, the resident racist herself. All the way. No, I'm not even going to go there. It's Kay from Melee Games.
Hello, nice to see you. I am still a water supremacist. Very good. Yes, water's good.
It's great to see you, Kay. How are you?
doing
Joining
as
us.
good as we can do.
Oh, excellent. Yes, as good can be. I'll tell you this. We got a big show. We got a big guest coming up here in about an hour from now, as the greatness of Legal Mindset will be joining us to talk about the backlash from the Charlie Kirk assassination. He's going to be talking specifically about things that we can do within the gaming industry to root the evil from the space. He'll be joining us in a little bit, which means he's taken the 5th spot on camera, which means we don't get to see Phoenix's face today, but he is hanging out straight from the hood. Hello, Phoenix. How are you?
What up, my G's? I'm Jarvis today.
Oh, good. Glad you're with us. So if anybody has any questions specifically for Computer Jarvis, please let us know with your super chats in there. But big show today, lots going on. Obviously, we're going to be digging into how Hasan and Destiny could potentially be in deep trouble, not just from a platform perspective, but from a legal perspective. after some of the nonsense, when we're going to get into that right off the bat. We have a celebrity in our midst who is incredibly popular, retweeted by the second richest man in the world. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but somebody here on this panel was retweeted by Elon Musk. And it wasn't me, and it wasn't Kay, it wasn't Blabs. We are going to have some fun stuff. As by the way, we are talking food today, and the ultimate virtue signal happened this morning from Ben and Jerry's. So we'll get to that a little bit later. Of course, we're going to get into some of the Charlie Kirk updates and just how touching those touching texts that were sent. We'll get to that a little bit later as well. And if we have time, we'll get into the Ghost of Yotoy stuff. And so, yeah, big show today. Glad everybody's with us today. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join the 131,000 normal men who have found common sense. 20,000 over on Rumble. We are growing ever so quickly over on Kick. And we're not even live over on Twitch because fuck those guys. With that said, we are actually live over on Twitch with a constant loop of what's happening with Hasan Piker. Which could actually tie in very well to our first group. If you guys haven't yet, you can go over to twitch.tv/Stuttering Craig and see that they're still 2 days into this thing. There are, it looks like 68 people watching, 50-something people. Yeah, 57 people watching still right now who are just tuning in to watch this loop of Hasan Piker being a total fucknut. So... and we're going to run this on our Twitch channel as long as we possibly can until Twitch bans us for hate speech, which would be extremely ironic. So I would also like to preface and let everybody know that that this is just my starting soon screen over on Twitch. I'll be starting the stream over there in a little bit. I'm doing that so I can get away with that without getting in trouble over there. Because technically you can't I was thinking about this. If you have a starting soon screen that's just going forever, how can they tell you when you're going to stream or not, right? Because that's what this is. It's just a starting soon screen. So I'm going to be starting over there eventually in time. So we'll get to it when we get to it. So you can't ban me for terms of service. So
It's loophole.
anyways, yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. It's good.
Well thought out.
Thanks. I've been thinking about it after I launched it. I was like, oh, shit.
I need you to know I've been getting a thorough kick out of checking in every a couple hours and seeing that it's still live. I woke up the next morning and I told my fiance, I'm like, they're still live. It was so funny.
Yep, still going. And I'll keep it up there for as long as I possibly can keep it up until my internet decides not to work anymore. Streaming 48 hours now, whatever it is. But we have that going on. Obviously, we encourage you guys to head over to Side Scrollers Plus. The price, once again, will be increasing very soon. So if you guys aren't yet, become a member over at Side Scrollers Plus. Use promo code PLUS. You can watch the blindfolded Mario Kart video that I did with Vera Dark. That's available. Tomorrow, Blabs is going to be playing Censored Games, a game called BMX XXX, and she'll be doing that with the always amazing Lady Desiree. That'll be tomorrow live at 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern. And on Saturday, we've kind of giggled about the AI relationship that Blabs has with Phoenix and how they decided to make out at Cracker Barrel. Have you girls seen this? Have you little ladies seen?
What?
Look at their faces. What? No, they clearly haven't.
Oh, I feel like maybe I should find it really quick and make sure. If somebody please
bookmarked or some shit.
I should bookmark it. I probably should, but I don't. But the long and short is, we went to Cracker Barrel when they were in town recently, ladies, and I took a picture of Blabs next to Phoenix, and someone brought it into AI and had them kiss, and it's become a thing. Oh, here we go. Yeah, but that's when they locked eyes right before they in the middle of eating their biscuits. Anyways, you can see the entire adventure this weekend on Side Dishes over on Side Scrollers Plus as well, exclusive to our members over there. So yeah, we got a lot of good stuff going. Oh, also one last programming reminder. Next week on Wednesday, we will not have a show. We are traveling down to Florida. I'm going to be in a car on Tuesday and Wednesday, and Blabs and Phoenix are going to be in the air. So for the first time in a long time, we will not have a show, a regularly scheduled show, because we are traveling to create. We are getting together to create and plan and build for you. So we'll take the missed show with the bigger goal attached to it. So hopefully you guys understand.
What we should do one day when we take like a super duper long ass flight, we should live stream the show on a plane and be like plane talk and just live stream.
You can't live stream from a plane.
Why not? You got Wi-Fi?
I don't know. I don't think the Wi-Fi is good enough.
Everyone
might
will
actually
hate
be.
you on that plane.
If you
Everyone.
whisper,
That's
like,
true.
hey, you do plain talk ASMR, like, hey, everybody, we're up in the tin can in the sky. Hey, it's like I'm going. This is gaming history.
You're gonna end up on like influencers in the wild. Somebody's gonna be filming from down the aisle. Like, are these people live on an airplane right now? I just heard them say plane talk and thanks for the $50 dono.
Yeah, right.
And then you just randomly hear them go, "Ew," and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that will not be happening. Can we get some confetti, Phoenix? Because on Friday, we are here and very excited to celebrate Mally's 21st birthday.
Let's go.
Let's go, guys.
Birthday.
Let's go. Mally, happy birthday in advance.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. All right, let's get into it. We always like to start the show with today in gaming history. So, Blabs, please disappoint me.
Today in gaming history with Blabs.
That's me.
All right, Fart Queen, here we go.
Please stop calling me that.
I hadn't seen that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, we have
Shout out to
multiples.
Phoenix for that one.
You
There's
gotta
like
tune in
5
every day.
versions.
That's right. All right, Fart Queen, what do you got?
Ugh. Anyway, September 17th, everybody, Hexen or the second, was released in 1997. This one is for Mally. For some reason, I decided it was for Mally. Barbie Software Horse Adventures Blue Ribbon Race was released in 2003.
Thanks,
and
Blabs.
then this one ties into what's currently going on with Randy Bitchford, Borderlands 2, released in 2012.
Okay.
You've missed so much today.
Resident
Luxury
Racist
collector.
I also,
my
Blabs,
God.
I'm really offended. Truly.
Yeah.
I'm happy
Because
for Hexen though.
I am the furthest thing from a Barbie girl.
I know.
I never had a doll
this
in
for
my
you.
life. Well,
This is exactly why I did it for you.
okay. I will remember that.
She's like, betrayal.
Yeah, truly.
I can't
Blabs.
believe it, Blabs. I can't
Yeah, what's
believe
up,
it.
man?
Some noticeable games that you missed today. I'm going to scroll down and you tell me when you think there's a noticeable game, Blabs.
Endless
I'm
Ocean Blue World. I was really
No,
gonna
no,
put
no,
it in
no,
there
no.
for you.
No, I'm just going to keep scrolling. You just tell me when to stop, okay? You just let me know whenever you feel okay about this. We'll just keep on going. And you know, Mally, how about you just let us know when it's good to stop? We saw Borderlands. That was on the list.
I've already wanted to stop
Oh,
this list like
shit.
3 fucking times.
Okay, that wasn't there yesterday. That one wasn't there yesterday. I'm serious,
This is
man.
torture.
This was not there yesterday.
Honey,
I'm talking about Hot
Are
Wheels,
you
world's best driver,
serious?
obviously.
Honey, baby, sweetie pie.
Dude, it was not on the list yesterday. It was obviously, I would have put it in.
Blabbering
This is something you get fired for on a regular basis. I am inclined to not believe you.
Where's
That's
Mercy?
like dead ass, no cap. That one wasn't there, but I should have just honestly used Hot Wheels instead.
Mercenary. Yes. Thank you,
Where's
Vince.
Mercenary when you need him?
Right. Where is Mercenary? So look, that's, look, we can talk about all the other games, but how about you just avoid the most profitable video game ever made?
Done, no problem. Did it.
Oh my god.
You sure did, Blabs.
Ta-da.
There we go.
Oh.
Wow.
Have I disappointed thy?
You disappointed me a lot.
Well, this is nothing
It
new,
hurts
so.
my soul. No.
Look, you disappoint. Did you hear that? Did you hear what just happened with Kay?
I disappointed Resident Racist. That's like the lowest of the lows.
It's hard to disappoint a resident racist. Come on.
It is.
Blabs.
Hard
God.
R's.
Kay may cry. That's all I'm saying. She may cry.
will.
She'd be like, do not redeem.
You did not redeem GTA 5. You did not redeem Eternal Sonata. How could you do this to me? Oh!
All right. Thank you, Kay.
Everyone go play Eternal Sonata. It's an amazing game. It's about Chopin, the pianist from Poland. And it's actually really, really cool. You get to learn about music and about his fever dreams he had when he was on tuberculosis. He died of it, sadly. But yeah, it's very interesting. That is all. Also GTA 5. I can't believe you.
Barbie horse
Also
race
GTA
game.
5. Yes. Okay. Stephen John came in as a member for 10 months. Says Twitch bans you for saying TOGAF, but allows far leftists to call for murdering people they don't like. Twitch needs to be dragged up before Congress. Well, it's interesting you brought that up, Stephen, because I may have an update for you on that. Tanushi says Destiny ought to be banned from his social media until he learns how to keep his contrarian takes to himself. But Hasan needs to be sent to Gitmo. Yeah, we're going to get right into that in just a second. Aramis says he says yesterday night's stream was unexpected but appreciated. Craig, thank you for spending a bit of time with us and shooting hoops. Have a great day, everyone. Stay hydrated. Thanks, Aramis. Yeah, I did an impromptu stream yesterday. Had an hour, which was very rare in the afternoon because I didn't have any daddy duty. So I did about an hour and a half with everybody. It was really good just to kind of chill out. Jay says, I don't know if any of you watch WDW Pro, but a few nights ago, Les Wasserman's Ghost pointed out that Destiny looks like he was a cocaine user on the clips on Pierce Morgan's show. Yeah, we actually have that clip. We'll pull it up here in just a minute. Elf Pyre says, Legal Mindset, let's freaking go. Yep, coming up in just about an hour. Reese says, for those that bought the Crew on PC, go to thecrewunlimited.com and download the fan-made launcher launched on Monday that patches the EXE to run single-player mode. That's pretty cool. Thanks for the update on that, Reese. That's nice. Dan Clancy has been called before Congress. Yes, we will get to that shortly. That's breaking news. New York Giants fan says, I have an announcement. I have to make an announcement. I decided to go back to college to study temperatures. I'm trying to get a degree. Thank you, New York Giants fan.
It was
And
fun.
Bentley guy says, I'm so glad to see Kay back again. I'll share that she's got a fabulous fan fiction coming up about a Disney lovely lady who is terrorizing a certain Birdman with terrifying riddles, while said Birdman fights back with saying, do not redeem. It sounds ridiculous, but it's actually quite suspenseful. Hey, thanks for that, Bentley. Appreciate the heads up on that. That's good.
Way to go, Kay.
Y'all write better fan fiction than I do about what I write. My God. How did you even think of that?
All right. Okay, we got a lot to get to today, so let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard news.
Okie dokie, here we go. We got our first story of the day, and we do have a retraction we need to say. First and foremost, yesterday, I'll tell you this. I talked about this briefly on the impromptu stream yesterday afternoon, but my gut was like, I don't think this is right, and my gut proved to be right despite us talking about it yesterday. Destiny said yesterday he was banned on Twitch. He's been banned since 2022, and I knew that in my gut, but we still ran with it. So I fucked up on that. So sorry about that. And apparently a lot of people did too, because, like at what point are you supposed to know every platform that everybody streams on? I don't know. And Mally, you got caught too, huh?
I did. I was, kind of giving it my half attention, and I saw it pop up on X, and it had been posted by somebody else too, and so ran with it for a couple hours. But I went back, I deleted my former tweet, and I even kind of addressed like, okay, this is fake. He's a troll, but we could go after the other platforms now. Right. Well, it is what it is, but the big thing is that when we fuck up, we'll tell you. And I think that's important. It's not like we're trying to be crazy video game journalist people here, but it's okay if you fuck up. It happens. No big deal. With that said, let's talk Destiny and Hasan Piker. There's been a lot that has been going on the last week or so, given the Charlie Kirk incident. When I say incident, I mean assassination. And these two have gone out of their way to really make themselves look like giant fucking assholes. One point was Destiny, who was on the Pierce Morgan show, and this was actually referenced as a super chat the other day. Saw this from Verbal Riot. He says, you can't tell me Destiny isn't on cocaine. Now, keep in mind, I don't know if you guys saw this clip or whatever, but Destiny is the guy on the right. We've seen him before. He is... despite the fact that he is just a total fucking numbskull, right? And you can't even reason with people like this. Look at his mannerisms here.
when it comes to the conversation.
If someone assassinated my husband, I would not be able to have the level of composure she had during that speech. I would be out for blood. I understand why she's angry and why she said the things that she said. Okay, you need to understand what being a human is, what it's like to actually lose someone that you love, that you chose to spend your life with, that you chose.
It's kind of funny.
Oh my God.
I fucking hate this goblin. I don't care. I think it's funny.
He's funny looking. He's just like,
Bro, like, how bad do you have to be that you get owned by Anna Kasparian? That is so fucking funny to me. Like, oh my God, you stupid goblin. I hate you.
He also looks
like,
cracked out.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like he's tweaking live.
mm-hmm.
He is all over the place. You wonder like what's going on in his brain here.
Not a whole
just
lot.
like the shit that's firing off in his brain at all times to where he is trying to think of something, but his brain, his mind is all over the place. And you know, he's been accused of a lot of various things, Ritalin, cocaine, amphetamines, whatever, you know, go down the list. I don't know how you can look at somebody like people just don't sit there and they don't move like that naturally. You know, like look at just.
He also kind of looks like chronically online because he's like shifting between 15 different things. I know that we're all looking at a couple different screens right now, but we're also humans having a conversation. And he just looks like he's not even tuned into what she's saying to him. He's just trying to think of his next sentence.
Right.
Ugh.
Well, we'll come back to Destiny and his coked up nature, allegedly. I want to point that out. I'm not saying that he's doing cocaine or amphetamines or anything like that. I'm just saying he looks as if somebody who may allegedly done them. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But I'll tell you someone who has some coked up thoughts, and that is Hasan Piker. We saw this yesterday as well. This is something that, look, anybody says this on any platform, they get banned. And this is actually part that is looping over on our Twitch channel right now for everybody to watch the insanity. But just for just so everyone's on the same page, this is what he said.
Kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude. Kill them.
So that's not good. Mally had a really nice point, which was retweeted by Elon Musk. I'll let you read it in your own voice.
Just a reminder that I was suspended on Twitch for saying that men can't become women, but this guy is their regular front pager.
Consistently on the front page. All the time, constantly. So we have that, which is, and look, I think that's one of the interesting things about this whole entire conversation is you have a platform like Twitch where these people are saying legitimate calls for violence. I don't know how you can look at that and be like, he's not advocating for violence. He talked about killing a senator, and this is on a platform that is owned by Amazon, one of the richest men in the world of, what's his face? Who's the Bezos? That's right, Bezos. Thank you. I don't understand how he can look at this and be like, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea to have this type of, like at some point that has to break some sort of terms of service, regardless of if the CEO's is his BFF or butt buddy or whatever it is, right? There has to be something or some sort of rules laid down. When you see Mally getting banned, you see Tectone getting banned for calling somebody fat, and he's saying literally kill them. Just to anybody with any semblance of a brain, you can see that there's a double standard. And we've talked about this at length forever. This has been a nonstop thing at Twitch. But now it looks like there actually could potentially be a little bit of accountability here, as the CEOs of Discord, Reddit, Twitch, and Steam have been invited to testify in front of Congress here. So all the CEOs have been invited for a full committee hearing coming up in October. They said the politically motivated assassination of Charlie Kirk claimed the life of a husband, father, and American patriot. In the wake of this tragedy and amid the other acts of political motivated violence, Congress has a duty to oversee the online platforms that radicals have used to advance political violence. To prevent future radicalization and violence, the CEOs of Discord, Steam, Twitch, and Reddit must appear before the oversight committee and explain what actions they will take to ensure their platforms are not exploited for nefarious purposes. Ooh, man. That's interesting. Ladies, your thoughts?
It's kind of a
Interesting is a good
slippery
word.
slope. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I have to obviously see what happens. I think it's way too soon to judge. I have a problem with Discord right now because, I mean, and information moves fast, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that they like investigated the murderer and then were like, oh, we didn't see anything, but there was actually stuff going on. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to watch. I think it gets into a slippery slope, but I obviously think that a lot of the stuff that some of these people are saying are quite dangerous. So this is the world that we're in now, sadly. We'll see.
So there's been a lot of back and forth about, there was a tweet from Grums yesterday talking about, follow me on this. There's a lot here. This is a tweet from Yeet talking about a tweet from Grums that got a response from Elon Musk, right? So the original tweet from Grums says, Alex Jones suggests Hasan and Destiny should be on the hook for $100 billion in damages. And he was responding to Grums saying the Alex Jones smear case for $1.4 billion was a ridiculous judgment. How much will Hasan and Destiny have to pay? We don't make the rules. To which Elon Musk responded with, they are in deep trouble. They are in deep trouble. So you have to think that Elon Musk has to know somebody. I mean, he was pretty politically involved as far as getting the president, elected. He has to know somebody who knows something about what's going on behind the scenes in government. You would think, right?
I mean, yeah, he definitely puts himself out there to have the connections, it seems like, He's one of the ones that we look up to have a platform of free speech, so I would like to assume that he has connections that can provide that kind of info.
Do y'all think that the things that Hasan has said in particular, everyone's seen the clips of what he said. Do you think that is an incitement of violence, or do you think that is
Absolutely
protected? You think so?
No, I think that there's a fine line because didn't Bondi, I don't know if I got the first name right, Bondi, she came out and she misinterpreted the law, and a lot of people jumped on her for that because we don't want to get that wrong. And y'all are welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if I understood it, she tried to claim that like hate speech isn't allowed. And listen, that's not like a thing. You're allowed to say whatever heinous shit you want. It's just that there's consequences for it, like getting fired from your job and things like that. But that's not the part that I think, I mean, we all have a problem with it, but that doesn't mean that like a person deserves to be arrested because they celebrated the death of Charlie Kirk. That's a horrible, heinous thing. And I think you're an evil human being if you do that. But that's not a legality issue. The legality issue comes in when you are threatening another person's life, when you are incentivizing violence, when you are asking your audience, as Hasan does and Destiny has dabbled in, like begging your audience literally to go out and do things. That is exactly what they claimed Trump did on January 6th, when in fact he used every version of stay peaceful, do this the right way that he could. But then you have people out there like this with platforms that are actively incentivizing it. I think he does that very regularly. He is far too bold and confident in it. And yeah, absolutely.
Okay, your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't believe in hate speech either. I think Pam Bondi is a fucking idiot for the things that she said. And I hope that she corrected that, or at least somebody like tried to clarify to her what should have been said. But yeah, I've always had a problem with Hasan. I'm more in the boat of like, these people should be investigated more than anything. I think people should see what they're saying in this sense that they should know how evil these people are. But they should absolutely be investigated. It's fucked up. And I also don't think the platforms are 100% should be held responsible, because I think that's also a slippery slope with this. So
I'm going to, there's a lot here, right? Obviously the platform, the streamers, we've talked a lot about Hasan. And I don't know if you guys have heard about the new hot game that's sweeping across the nation, which I wanted to play with you ladies today. It's a simple game called Twitch or Terrorist. Have you heard about this game?
No.
Phoenix, share my screen, my friend, and let's get some audience here, because we're gonna play the game Twitch or Terrorist. This is from twitchorterrorist.com. The idea is you need to decide who said it.
That is amazing.
The Twitch streamer
Oh
or
my
the
gosh.
terrorist. Okay? And we'll just go round the circle here, and we'll let y'all decide. Mally, you're gonna start. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right. Human Rights Watch is based towards the Zionist occupation. Who said it? The Twitch or the terrorist?
She's like both.
Yeah. Can't tell the difference between these two pictures. Twitch.
Twitch it is? Correct. You have this
I'm
right
upset.
here.
Wow.
I'm upset.
Congratulations. Right here. Twitch right here. All right, let's go to the next right here. Kay, you're up. Those who elected Hamas in Palestine did so on the basis of its political platform. Twitch or terrorist.
Oh
I don't even know what
God.
this stuff means, but go ahead.
Hamas,
Chat, you're in this as well.
I'm gonna go Twitch.
Twitch.
That's a toss-up.
Incorrect. No, here's the source link right here. You can find all the data right here. If you click that, you can actually find exactly what he's saying. Which we'll let you guys do that. You can go to twitchorterrorist.com right here. Here you go,
brilliant.
Blabs. October 7th was a retaliation for an ongoing apartheid. Twitch or terrorist?
Yes. It's both. It's absolutely both. But that's fuck, dude. Yes, the answer is yes.
Which one, Blabs? Which one? You got to make a decision. 5 seconds. Terrorist. Wrong. It was Twitch.
God, wow.
7 wasn't an act of liberation.
Oh, it's the Tic Tac for a Dick Man. Okay.
10/7, October 7 was a retaliation
Oh, fuck
for
off.
an ongoing apartheid.
Bingo, right there. Got it right there. Let's go one more round here, guys. Let's just see how it's going. Mally, the Zionist attempts to transmit dangerous diseases like AIDS through exports to Arab countries. Twitch or terrorist?
Oh my gosh. I'm with Blabs. It's both.
All of the above.
So far,
Terrorist.
we're 1 for 2. Terrorist? Correct. Right there.
Yay,
Congratulations.
gotta
You can
go.
see this. All right.
You know you're terrorists.
Kay,
Apparently.
you're up. Down with the Yahood. Down with the Yahoo. Is that how you say it? I don't even know.
That's
Go-
what we're going
yes,
with.
Kay.
Yahoo. Twitch.
Correct. We have video.
Sneeko.
Down with the Yahood. Down with the Yahood.
Oh.
Okay,
Why
there we
are
are.
all these men cucks?
And Blabs finally.
Just saying,
And I
man.
support terrorism so long as it was against the United States government and against Israel, because you are more than terrorists. You are the one who invented terrorism and using it every day. You are liars, butchers, and hypocrites. Twitch or terrorist, Blabs?
I feel like Tic Tac Dick Hasan said that. So
Twitch.
I'm gonna go Twitch.
Incorrect.
What? Oh, I am just
There we
terrible
go.
at this terrorist game.
Just a little bit, but all we know is that we are 3. You got a 50% passing grade. We could not tell who said it, the Twitch or the terrorist. Ladies, good efforts. You'll be going home with toasters today. Congratulations as parting gifts. So
And water?
as parting gifts. No, as parting gifts. Just as a, but anyways, so we'll see what happens. I think it'd be very interesting for when Dan Clancy goes up in front of Congress, and there has to be some people who will put together an entire list of things that have been said on that platform. Be like, does Twitch condone this? Does Twitch disavow this? Does Twitch, and just go down and play these clips. This streamer said this. This streamer said this. That'll be interesting to see. And it'd be really interesting to see if somebody called Dan Clancy on the butt buddy nature of him and Hasan. And why did you throw a birthday party for this guy? And to kind of get his insights on it.
I like how you call them butt buddies and I call them scissor sisters. That's funny.
Well, who are we to worry about their
To
identity
judge
here?
them.
That's right. All right, a quick reminder, coming up in about 20 minutes, our buddy Legal Mindset will be joining us to talk about the reaction to the Charlie Kirk assassination, and we're going to be getting into specifically what you can do those video game fans, entertainment fans, people who have seen some sort of who have said horrible things, and how you can actually respond to that for a little bit of accountability. But before we do, let's go ahead and do a couple quick things. Let's talk about. We'll come back to the Charlie Kirk stuff in just a second. That'll go right into talking to Legal Mindset. But first, let's talk about this this quick story, as it actually does kind of relate to this in a weird way. But there's been a change at the top of leadership at Ladies Ben and Jerry's ice cream, of all things. Ben from Ben and Jerry's has decided to step down as the CEO or leadership position. I don't know. He's something over there. But he put together an entire post about this. Like, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 paragraphs, which, Blabs, I would love for you to read.
I can't even see that on my screen. It's so
then pull
blurry.
it up on
Hang
yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it up. Hang on, please hold. I'm like, what the hell is even that? All right.
I'm sorry or congratulations.
Here, Blabs.
Like, what is this big ass post?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Mike and Ike split and that was like a thing? I feel like that's what happened just now.
Did we lose the mic or the Ike in that situation?
Do you remember that? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Shall I go for it?
Yes, fire away, because there's a lot here.
To the Ben and Jerry's community. It's with a broken heart that I've decided I can no longer, in good conscience, and after 47 years, remain an employee of Ben and Jerry's. I am resigning from the company Ben and I started back in 1978. This is one of the hardest and most painful decisions I've ever made. This isn't because I've lost my love for the people at Ben & Jerry's. Quite the opposite. The folks who show up every day in our factories, scoop shops, and offices are some of the most passionate, caring, and value-driven people you'll ever meet. They are the soul of Ben & Jerry's. That's because you sure ain't. Anyway, what has made their work so important to me and what allowed the company to be more than just an ice cream company was the independence to pursue our values, which was guaranteed when Unilever bought the company. For more than 20 years under the ownership, Ben & Jerry's stood up and spoke out in the support of peace, justice, and human rights, not as abstract concepts, but in relation to real events happening in our world. That independence existed in no small part because of the unique merger agreement Ben and I negotiated with Unilever, one that enshrined their social mission and values in the company's governance structure in perpetuity. That's a word I don't know. It's profoundly disappointing to come to the conclusion that the independence, the very basis of our sale to Unilever, is gone. This is a bunch of word salad, Craig. Anyway.
I know.
And it's happening at a time when our country's current administration is attacking civil rights, voting rights, the rights of immigrants, women, and the LGBTQ community. Wow. Stand up for the values of justice, equity, and our shared humanity has ever been more important. And yet Ben & Jerry's has been silenced, sidelined for fear of upsetting those in power. It's easy to stand up and speak out when there's nothing at risk. The real test of values is when times are challenging and you have something to lose. Love, equity, justice. They're part of who Ben and I are, and they've always been the true foundation of Ben & Jerry's. From the very beginning, Ben and I believed that our values and the pursuit of justice were more important than the company itself. If the company couldn't stand up for things we believed, then it wasn't worth being a company at all. It was always about more than just ice cream. It was a way to spread love and invite others into the fight for equity, justice, and a better world. Good. Coming to the conclusion that that is no longer possible at Ben & Jerry's means I can no longer remain part of Ben & Jerry's. If I can't carry those values forward inside the company today, then I will carry them forward outside with all the love and conviction I can. With love, #Jerry. No.
Okay. So,
no, dude, can I just talk about this real fast? The fact that he kept like changing it up to how like Superman is, you know, like, oh, the truth and the justice, but you know, like the woke version, and then the whole swapping equality for equity everywhere tells me everything.
Right.
Literally tells me everywhere.
Well, the response to this is interesting because there's, you know, look, hey, they want to be activists. They want to let you know. It's more than about ice cream, guys. It's way more than about ice cream.
It's literally about the ice cream. You're a fucking ice cream company. That's all it is.
Blabs, they want to speak on important social issues.
Give them the sugar foot and have a nice day.
Put the damn ice cream in the bag and let me be. I want my cookie dough. Please just let me eat my cookie dough ice cream. I'm sad. I don't need to worry about you. Oh my God.
So, Mally, I don't know if you remember when Ben and Jerry's came out with really important ice cream about the BLM riots or the the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Or the LA riots, or do you remember those flavors that they made? Because
Yeah,
I don't
totally.
think
Yeah.
this was
Okay,
pointed
I actually
out.
don't remember them. Was like one of them like charcoal?
That's right, because they didn't, Blabs. They didn't do any of these flavors. None of these for any of these things right here.
Yeah.
For none of these things here,
Yeah.
not even the fatal Chaz shootings. None of it. The ice facilities being firebombed or anything like that. And as pointed out by Extra Zero, former mod, says dudes sold out and expected the large corporation not to prioritize their bottom dollar. Did you really think that through?
Exactly. Yeah.
When you go
Great
back,
tweet.
yes, great stuff, Extra Zero. When you go back and you talk about, there was a statement in here about how it's more than about ice cream. You got to have something to lose here. You know what he doesn't have to lose?
Money. He's a billionaire, millionaire
Literally
at
nothing
least.
to lose at this point. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, let's play the game.
What's
Let's
his
play the
net
game.
worth?
Here we go. Let's play the game. Unilever paid how much for Ben & Jerry's in the year 2000? Now, keep in mind, this was 25 years ago, ladies. Unilever purchased Ben & Jerry's, and good old Ben has been working for Unilever for 2.5 decades at this point, right? So, ladies, let's play the game. Blabs, we'll start with you. How much did Unilever?
All right, so
play
20
for
years
Ben &
ago,
Jerry's?
I'm gonna
Yes.
assume that it was 500 million.
500 million, okay. And in the year 2000, Kay, how much did Unilever pay for Ben & Jerry's in the year 2000?
I was way lower than that. I was like 100 million.
Okay.
Still feels so high.
Okay. And Mally.
Yeah, you both went way higher than I was gonna go. I'm gonna go in the middle, 250 million.
Okay. Mally is, in fact, closest without going over, as Unilever paid $326 million for Ben & Jerry's in the year 2000. Yes. Yes.
That's hard to perceive.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. So let's actually bust over to my favorite tool on the internet, the inflation calculator. And
Let's go.
let's just see how much $326 million is to August 2025. So much so that it's actually not even calculating. Holy shit. Hold on. Let's find out. Okay. Yes, it's not even working. This is legitimately not even working on the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics over here. I'm trying to put in at this exact dollar amount, $326 million right here. When I try to do it from the year 2000 to 2025, it literally doesn't calculate.
Try again.
So let's just pop in the 10,000 and see what happens. So more or less double the amount.
Did anyone just hear Phoenix's sound effect?
Yes.
Yes.
I
So-
live for them.
Wow.
So to put that in perspective, take that $326 million and double it for 2025 money. So $650 million is what we're talking about in today's money. So with all due respect to good old Benny boy, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Like, you're rich. Go do your thing. If you really want to do something about it, go take all that money and go give it to the underprivileged youth that you care so much about. Go hand it off to all the LGBT preteens that you love. Go, and by the way, what did you do with your factory when it was pointed out that it was actually on stolen land? Did you give it up? No, you didn't. Do you remember that? Of course you don't, because guess what? You're a giant fucking hypocrite, and we all know that.
I really like about this is if you go and Google the origins of Ben & Jerry's, it's Burlington, Vermont. I guarantee you they are buddies, bestest bros with Bernie. They go and have like they literally weekend at Bernie's. I guarantee it. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
It fits.
Lorena points out, says, no one will miss your hacktivist overpriced ice cream, especially that disgusting BLM one. So hold on. I didn't even know they sell a BLM ice cream.
I'm a Google.
Wait,
Yeah,
I didn't know
please
this.
do.
I think
Blabs.
they did do political ice cream at one point, if I remember.
They sold a
I
Black
do
Lives Matter
remember,
ice cream.
No, I remember them making the statement. Oh my god. No, did they really? What is this?
Because
Ben
they
and
do
Jerry's-
ones after like the Late Show and stuff like that. So I feel like there must have been one.
No, they
I just
definitely
asked
made
Rock
statements.
and it's true.
Yeah. They did that. We have to say his name,
What
George.
was it?
There's a whole blog. Oh my god, hang on. I'm gonna share
There's
my screen.
multiple. The first one on this list says Pecan Resist, which apparently was launched as a direct response to the Trump admin's policies. They have so many of them.
Incredible.
Yeah, so this is a whole blog on Ben and Jerry. Silence is not an option. Say his name, George Floyd. And then there's another thing. Look at how fucking long this goes. And then there's another one here. And this is called Racial Justice. Ben and Jerry's. I don't know, man. When I get ice cream, I don't know about racial justice.
Oh my
There's
God.
more chocolate in it than vanilla. That's racial justice.
Yes, it's about providing. Yes.
I want to see. Okay, like they have. I want to see if they can have like their freaking BLM flavor somewhere. I want to see BLM Ben and Jerry's. Why can't I find it? Let's see. I'm like, oh my god, there is. It's here. I found it. Okay. Justice remixed. That's what this
Say,
image
like-
is.
What about
That can't be real.
No, it
But-
is. I'm looking at it right here.
Yeah,
It's
that-
a brownie batter ice cream, chocolate cookie swirls. It was a flavor to support poor people's campaign.
The Poor People's Campaign. Oh my god. Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
No. There's also Bernie's Yearning and Kamala's Coconut Jubilee. These are real things.
Oh, that can't be real.
There's
bro,
no
bro,
way.
no.
Oh man.
What I'm looking at says it is.
Oh my
that's
god,
hilarious.
wait, maybe it is. This is a Bloomsburg article. Hang on, let me. Oh my god, no way. Oh, it's freaking paywall. Damn it. Anyway, yeah, it looks like there's another one called Imagine World Peace. World?
This is hilarious. My God. So like I just with all due respect to good old boy, Ben from Ben and Jerry's, dude, come on. Just go get on your yacht.
Change in Brewing.
Go get on your private plane. Go be then go be upset about the environment. And how tone deaf for someone who's so in on what's happening. Blabs, is there more?
I'm just laughing at this one. World Peace.
Oh, Vermont's finest.
What's the flavor of it?
It's caramel and sweet cream ice cream swirled with fudge peace signs and toffee cookie pieces. There's little peace signs in it. I really hope this is fake. No way. Oh.
That's the best laugh I've had in weeks. Wow. That's
Thanks,
so
Ben
good.
and Jerry's.
Is that supposed to be like a child's drawing on the side? Like they
Yeah, you
actually are
just-
pretending
maybe-
like they like care
I
about
don't know. Maybe it's
Shit.
Bernie Sanders. I don't know.
Social issues are very important to them, Allie, okay?
apparently.
John came in with a 10, says, my favorite Ben and Jerry's flavor is Rudy Tooty Justified Shooty.
Shit.
It's fucked up, John. That's really fucked up. Jesus. A Commodore fan says, Craig, you need to show the ladies the Conan O'Brien in the year 2000 bit. Also, Ben and Jerry's can go stuff it where the sun don't shine. Thanks, Commodore fan. Do you guys know the in the year 2000 bit from Conan O'Brien? In the year 2000.
Only because you keep singing it.
That's excellent. Phil McCracken says, is the vanilla ice cream kneeling on the chocolate ice cream? That's fucked up, Phil McCracken. Waz says, I've heard that Randy Pitchford said something to the effect of Borderlands 4 isn't poorly optimized. Your expectations are too high. Is that true? Yeah, if we have time, we'll get to that a little bit later on.
Listen,
Graham
we
says,
need
you ever
to
notice-
like stop everything because you should see what just happened over on the Rumble side, because aforementioned gifted 50 memberships on Rumble.
Whoa! Let's
50.
go.
That's
50.
Yeah, I'm thinking we need the 150 boobs for that one.
Let's get Blabs dancing it out. Let's go, aforementioned.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I love this video.
Let's go.
Thank you.
It's so cool.
High quality production.
That's right, baby.
Oh, I got a membership. Thank you.
Let's go. Thank you. Aforementioned. Thank you. That's incredibly awesome. Thank you very much. Graham says, you ever notice how Ben and Jerry donates all of their profits to all these marginalized groups? Oh, wait, turns out they like being rich more than fighting for social justice. Fucking hippies. Thank you, Graham. And Marmalin says, has something to lose? The dude is rich as dog shit. What is he facing to lose here? Just more virtue signaling BS. Ben and Jerry's is dog shit. Thank you for that. Cal L says, it'll be hilarious if someone brings up the Fox suit during the hearing. Oh, man. Yes, during the Twitch hearing. That'd be great. Give it up for Rob for Liberty, who became a monthly supporter over on Rumble. Love to see that. Love to see all the love over on Rumble. Marius says, all the normal men in the U.S. should report Twitch to the FBI for criminal incitement. Then we'll see how loyal they are to Hasan. Good idea, Marius. I like it. And Brian says, the hearing will be a political lynching. The right wants something to blame. The left wants a scapegoat. Thank you, Brian. All right, we will get to the real quick. Lone Wolf says, love the show. As a former addict, I can say 100% he is on something. His pupils tell all. Talking about destiny. Thank you, Lone Wolf, and congratulations on your sobriety, man. That's excellent. And Nick also says, Blabs, we aren't upset, just disappointed. Also, I reworded this because Craig probably would have read it wrong. That's accurate.
Talking about gaming history.
I know, but he's right about everything. And thank you for dumbing it down for me. I appreciate that, Nick. It's excellent. All right. Coming up in just a minute, we have our buddy will be joining us, Legal Mindset. He'll be joining us in just about 5 minutes.
Can I just say something really, really fast? Because I think this is really cool. Over on Kick, Light Ferret has been sending kicks, which are Twitch bits. So Kick has that now. So that's really cool. So thank you for sending over those kick bits.
Yeah, man, that we love that. That is awesome. Light Ferret came in yesterday. Those little kicks, as they're called, are great.
Kick bits.
Love that. All right, so let's follow up on the Charlie Kirk shooting yesterday. We saw this, and we've talked about this at length over the last week. I feel like yesterday and us covering this today, I feel like we will continue to keep an eye on the story, but I feel like a lot of the flood of the news that is coming out about this is pretty much going to dry up for now. We had a statement from Utah officials talking about this yesterday, and I think now the investigation digs in. The guy, Tyler Robinson's going to be in court in a couple weeks again, or going to appear in front of a judge in a couple weeks. And I think that's most likely when we're going to get more news about this. I could be totally wrong, but just judging by how this news cycle has felt, there's always this flood of information that gets pumped out. And I feel like a lot of that information is, now that we have the shooter in custody, a lot of that information is going to slowly trickle out, but it won't be this giant flood. So with that said, as more information comes out, we will certainly talk about it. Some of the information that hit yesterday was from when a Utah official confirmed a lot of the stuff that was already talked about, but we'll play this real quick.
Robinson's mother explained that over the last year or so, Robinson had become more political and had started to lean more to the left, becoming more pro-gay and trans rights oriented. She stated that Robinson began to date his roommate, a biological male who was transitioning genders. This resulted in several discussions with family members, but especially between Robinson and his father, who have very different political views. In one conversation before the shooting, Robinson mentioned that Charlie Kirk would be holding an event at UVU, which Robinson said was a stupid venue for the event. Robinson accused Kirk of spreading hate. Robinson's father reported that when his wife showed him the surveillance image of the suspected shooter in the news, he agreed that it looked like their son. He also believed that the rifle that police suspected the shooter used matched a rifle that was given to his son as a gift.
And that gun was given to him apparently by his grandfather. So we saw that, and there was this a lot of talk about the shooter and his romantic partner, as they're saying, his gay transitioning roommate, male to female. And there was a text exchange that was put out between the two, and this was released from the charging document. And did everybody see this kind of back and forth that was allegedly put out there?
Yeah.
Right? No need to kind of dig into this a little bit, but the interesting thing about this, kind of the back and forth that happened here, was the alleged shooter, and I feel like we have to continue to use the word allege, went back and forth to his gay roommate that he was, doing things with, and kept calling him my love, which led to this amazingly touching report from ABC about this. Mally's literally shaking her head.
I've already seen this and it makes me sick.
Yeah.
So mad at this.
Okay, well, we have an update on this.
We have seen an alleged murder with such specific text messages about the alleged murder weapon, where it was hidden, how it was placed, what was on it, but also it was very touching in a way that I think many of us didn't expect. A very intimate portrait into this relationship between the suspect's roommate and the suspect himself, with him repeatedly calling his roommate who is transitioning, calling him my love, and I want to protect you, my love. So it was this duality of someone who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating circumstances of this case. And on the other hand, he was, speaking so lovingly about his partner. So a very interesting and, as Pierre said, riveting press conference, David.
It was tough.
It was extremely violent, but mostly touching text messages that went back and forth.
Fiery, but mostly peaceful.
Evil people. They're not even people, man. They're demons. They're so gross.
Can we just talk about how the fact that this news reporter thought that people who were in a relationship together was amazed that they would talk affectionately towards each other? Like, wow, what riveting journalism we have in 2025. The fuck?
I know. They're so dented. They're just so stupid. Honestly.
We
A furry speaks affectionately towards upcoming tranny. More at 11.
We saw this as well, an example of him reporting on this. Here we see two lovebirds on a stroll with their dogs. What a touching scene of love. Right? Matt Gudman, if you were a reporter in the 1940s, obviously that's Hitler. So there's that. But he has obviously realized the errors of his ways, because he has now apologized publicly. Said, yesterday I tried to underscore the jarring contrast between this cold-blooded assassin of Charlie Kirk, a man who's dedicated his life to public dialogue, and the personal disturbing text read aloud by the Utah County Attorney at the press conference. I deeply regret that my words did not make that clear, but let there be zero doubt here. I unequivocally condemn this horrific crime and the pain it caused Charlie Kirk's family, those who were forced to witness it at UVU, and the millions of people he inspired.
Nah, Matt just got caught, and ABC was like, no. You got to put out a statement because we're on fire right now.
Yeah,
They romanticized it. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It was approved.
Yeah, he got called out and he backpedaled. That's all it is. Yep.
It's the machine trying to protect the machine, but thankfully everyone called it out, and so they're starting to get caught, which is great.
Good. Yeah.
Well said, Jarvis.
Well, he is certainly getting ratioed the hell out of him over on X.
Good.
Right here. Yes, right here. It says Kyle Mann from Babylon V says, I tell you to learn to code, but AI is taking all the jobs, so learn to prompt AI to code. Right there. So yes, and this is he's got the frog of shame, for God's sakes. They gave him the frog of shame. I think he deserves it.
I hope somebody tagged I find retards. I hope someone did.
It's yes, I'm sure that they'll swoop on in and let him know. So anyways, that's It's interesting to kind of see how the media will take this and spin things, even in something just so disgusting as that. But there are other instances of the gaming industry. The gaming industry, look, we know there's a lot of whack jobs in the gaming space, all of them. And we saw the Ghost of Yotoy folks who work over there who were literally celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. And guess what? That person got canned. And do you remember what that person said? Do you remember how that person responded, Kay, after they got canned?
No, because I've been ignoring these people. Fuck them.
They said, "I'd do it again 100 times over, even if it cost me my dream job." And I realize that I'm paraphrasing right here, but
Demon.
that's what they said, right? I do it over and over again. Well,
Literal demon.
here's the problem with that, ladies, is that now, because that person was fired, Blue Sky is on fire. And because people who thought murder was bad wanted to boycott Ghost of Yotoy, this person was fired. And because this person was fired, now people who love murder want to boycott Ghost of Yotoy and Sucker Punch because Blue Sky is full of fucking Looney Tunes. We have all these posts over here, thanks to Master
So
of the
hang on a
TDS
second.
over
Just
on X. You
question.
can see.
So everyone's mad at Ghost of Yotai now? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes,
I love
everybody's
that.
upset.
I love that. That's funny.
You are-
Yeah, you got to be a
so.
special level of
Yotoy,
stupid to get everybody to agree to hate you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be the person to say it's Yote so that people stop spamming you. No, Yotoy? What's Yotoy? It's Yote.
Yote, sorry. Can we just give one, pour one over for Yote then, because they somehow managed to get everyone united in hating them. Well done. That's very hard to do.
Yeah, nothing works better
Bravo.
than a common enemy.
That's right. Yeah, so everybody hates it. You can see some of these right here. A lot of things that bind these people together. A lot of pronouns, a lot of flags. Time to boycott Ghost of Yote and Sony until they reinstate the artist. Why are you capitulating to the far right? Your game's star is someone Charlie Kirk would have wanted to die. Boycott Ghost of Yote. Fuck Sucker Punch. Fuck the CEOs and upper echelon for capitulating to fucking fascist. I'm going to be crystal clear here. This is cowardly. Handing power to fire. Handing power to fire to the internet at large. You are abetting the kinds of actions that have hurt so many and two of my fellow developers. Have a process to follow, but don't take cues from people looking for a head. Blah, right here. Absolutely disgusting behavior. So yes, there are literally pages and pages of people like this that are all going crazy over this. So they literally cannot win. People canceling their stuff, voting with their wallet. Amazing. Okay. Is Ghost of Yote going to be a success, or is this game dead on arrival? Or is this just one of those echo chamber games or an internet game that the grand scheme of things, it won't affect either side?
I think it will be in normie culture because people really like Ghost of Tsushima, and there will be people who are willfully ignorant. Of course, I'm speaking on the behalf of Canada, and I don't know how it is in America right now, but in Canada, everyone is acting like it's normal when you walk around the streets. Like, you don't really see anyone affected by this. So I think there are going to be a lot of people who are just like blissfully ignorant, don't even know what's going on, and they buy it anyways. But a lot of people who are in tune with the culture, pay attention to the internet, who care about video games, they are going to boycott this game regardless of what side they're on, because this is psychotic. This behavior is psychotic. So I do think that the sales are going to be much worse than they anticipated. I still think they're going to get sales. Unfortunately, that's the truth of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's too many normies, and they're
Yep.
going to play the game.
There's people that will just look at a cover and be like, yep, done. And they won't even like know or think about any of it. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
People like to just plug their ears. They don't want to think about the negativity going on in the world. So they
Yeah,
just
they
kind
don't
of
wanna be
go on with their
uncomfortable.
day and they ignore it, and they just worry about their bottom line and making sure they can survive. So they don't realize this is even happening.
That's so true, because I've even had conservative friends recently who came to me and were like, "Hey, I hadn't even heard of Charlie Kirk. What just happened? This is like all over my feed." And they're on our side and they don't even know. And it's like there's just so many people who would rather live their peaceful little life, hunky dory, go to work, go to the gym, come home and worry about themselves, and they're not opening their eyes and looking around. So of course it's going to be in this kind of an atmosphere too.
Mally, what has kind of been the response that you've seen? Because I feel like this is broken way past the internet. This is a vast cultural thing that has happened. And how have people like in the normie space that you've seen reacted to this?
To just all of this, or like Charlie, or
yeah, just I would say to Charlie, the reaction to the reaction. I mean, there's so many layers to what has happened.
Gosh, I mean, I posted a video a couple days. I had to calm down at first, but I posted a video after a couple days, really just calling on all other creators that, especially my mutuals, but really just any creator who saw the video, even if they don't know me, to use this opportunity to speak up and stand up because of that. And I got a few people that, you know, were inspired by it, got a lot of comments on it, but not enough people were actually reached by that message. And so I think that a majority of people still want to keep their heads in the sand. They still want to pretend like they can live and die without being affected by their government, which is baffling to me because it changes so rapidly. Your life isn't that short. Like, you have to help with this, or your children will have to deal with a totalitarian government. Like, the idea that you don't care is just baffling to me. But the reaction, I mean, I got so many DMs and comments from people saying thank you for being the only person in the Disney community, which I don't identify with anymore, but I get why people associate me with it. So they said thank you for being the only one in the Disney community to speak up or not hate on it, which just broke my heart to think that I'm the only one who happens to like that shitty company at the same time that I also have morals and values and integrity. That is not a hard thing to have, and apparently I'm one of the only ones that does in my space. And even, like I said a minute ago, even the people that are on our side are just so blissfully unaware of it. And they just commonly ask about it. I have friends who are in colleges across the country right now, and they just tell me, well, I just don't talk about politics with my friends, even after this. And for years I have said, if you're quiet, I understand. I have always said, I choose to be a loudmouth bitch. That's my choice. But I'm not going to force that on you. I'm not going to expect that of you. I understand it's scary. I don't understand that anymore. After Charlie, my tune has 180'd. I do not understand wanting to be quiet and wanting to, because honestly, you're weak. If you choose to continue to remain quiet and complacent, you are telling the other side that this behavior is okay. And it is no longer a right or a left or a political thing. I even said this in that video calling on other creators. This isn't a political thing. This is right and wrong. There are people cheering for the murder of an innocent man and father and husband. That is right and wrong. That is a difference of right and wrong. And you will have your judgment day someday if you're on the wrong side or on the right side. But I know where I stand.
I think we made it very clear where we stand as well when it comes to this. But other people are not happy about the reaction to the reaction. We've seen all sorts of memorials put in place. This person over here was not happy with this memorial for Charlie Kirk, and they decided to just literally destroy it.
He lived as he died, promoting violence. Report all you want.
Well, are you? No, look at this shit. Check it out. Look at this shit.
Man, you're overreacting bullshit. Yeah, 9.10. Fuck Charlie Kirk. Fuck Charlie Kirk.
You know, I don't remember any George Floyd memorials being torn down. Weird.
No.
Funny
no.
how that works.
Well, this person has since lost their job.
Good. Deserved.
But now, wouldn't you know it, has immediately gone to GoFundMe.
Of course. Because a GoFundMe for everything.
Yeah.
In their fight against fascism over here. Yes.
And people are throwing money at this. It's crazy. It's one thing to not mourn the loss of something, but to then go as far as to like destroy things for other people that are trying to remember this person. It's beyond evil.
Yeah, it was pointed out that she got fired and her parents kicked her out. So Here we go. Listen to how quickly she becomes the victim here. After the recent events of Charlie Kirk's death, my sibling and I are being doxxed online, and my sibling was fired from their job. This is a direct violation of their First Amendment rights and unconstitutional. This is unfortunate. But
Now you
anything
care.
helps.
Now
That's
you
right.
care about the First Amendment. Now things are unconstitutional. Now we care, right?
Do you see the wording though? The grammar used, my sibling, my sibling, my sibling, their First Amendment. What does that tell you? Yeah. They have a they, them for sibling.
Please help my sibling while they look for another job and stand against the tyranny that is creeping into our country.
My sibling.
Yes. And they decided they wanted to put their virtue signaling over here as well.
Palestine, for fuck's sakes.
Okay, we have all this here. By the way, notice all the donations. Usually people who are on this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, most of these donations are anonymous. People are scared to put their name.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Evil should be afraid. Evil deserves to be afraid. Evil should be hiding under the rocks from which they crawled out of, and we should be scaring them back under it every single day.
Well, a lot of people losing their jobs, and we'll have Legal Mindset on hopefully shortly. Send him a message, let him know we're ready to go whenever he's ready. But Legal Mindset should be joining us to talk about the ramifications in the gaming space and just across the board when people are out here celebrating violence and what you can do as a as an employee, as a business owner, or just if you know somebody who is literally advocating for murder, how you can react to that. So you're no longer around these sick freaks. And I think that's really important, an important message. So Legal Mindset should be joining us any moment. With that said, let's get to some of your support before we move on to our next segment here. Blaz, why don't you get to some of these super chats before I pull up the next story?
Yep. All right. So Mr. Wombat for 15 says, speaking of racial inequality, what's everyone's favorite flavor of ice cream? I love pistachio, but it has to be the good pistachio, not the fake commercial stuff. It's got to be the real ones. Yeah. Okay.
Cookie dough all the way. Any cookie dough I'm in. I love it.
Allie?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
Favorite flavor of ice cream?
Oh, I love cheesecake ice cream from Cold Stone.
That is oddly specific. All right, Craig.
Cherry Garcia from Ben and Jerry's. Oh fuck. No.
What?
No, I'm totally kidding. I like mint chocolate chip. No, you know what I like? I like
basic.
Peppermint ice cream.
All right, you're just
no.
flash
I
now.
like peppermint ice cream from Brahms. I'm gonna refresh really quick.
All right, fine. Okay, Phoenix, what's yours?
Vanilla.
Oh my God, you're so vanilla. Anyway,
So fucking basic.
you are a basic bitch.
I'm
All
so
right.
glad I'm not alone, because until I discovered cheesecake, it was vanilla, because I don't like chocolate, so...
You're a weird...
What?
I
What
know!
the fuck?
I know! Everybody always has this reaction when I tell them I don't like chocolate.
So, like, you don't like Nutella?
No.
What about like a swirl, like vanilla and chocolate together in a cone? It's so good.
You
What
don't
do
like
you mean?
Nutella?
No.
Wait, you
I,
don't
the
like
only
Nutella? Oh my
chocolate
God,
I
Phoenix.
No, I don't. The only chocolate I'll eat is like a Reese's, because the peanut butter makes it tolerable.
Yes.
I mean, Reese's is great.
Yeah, Reese's is fantastic, but like
no,
you
I
don't like
can't.
you don't like chocolate, like
Nope, just-
Nutella.
no.
John Duya.
I'm with
Ferrero.
Mally.
Shut the fuck up,
See's
Phoenix.
candy, Hershey bar. No, I can't.
I'm gonna fix you, Mally. I can fix
Oh,
you.
good luck.
I can fix you.
Oh, yep.
I'm gonna fix you anyway. Norm Allman for Canadian 10 says, "Yo, toying with my patience." JK, hi Craig.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay, Aforementioned just came in with a 50 over on Rumble. As someone who has a cousin that's trans, female to male, not sure how that works. You can't grow a wish a penis into existence. They never push their ideology or agenda onto me or other people. Well, that's true. Some of them are actually like super pleasant to be around, want to be left alone, just live their lives. It's the activists that are a problem. But thank you very much for the 50. Appreciate it.
And thank you very much for that. Let me just say this. Like there's this perception that like, you know, we're transphobic. Like, no, like I've always said, I don't care if you're trans, gay, straight, black, white, I don't care. I want to get along with everybody, right? Just don't be a fucking weirdo. Just don't be a fucking weirdo. Don't be an activist. Don't tell me how I should live my life. It's very simple, right? But that said, I'm done being nice with all the fucking weirdos. You know, if you want to be a weirdo, that's fine. I'm just done being nice about you being a fucking weirdo. That's all. That's all. I've been way too nice for way too long. That's all.
Phobic implies fear. I'm not afraid of you. I just want to make that clear. I am not afraid of you. I don't care.
That part, retweet.
Right.
I will not let them think that we fear them. We do not.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are the outlier. You are evil. No, I don't care.
Yeah. Nobody had a problem with you living your life without interfering with us.
All right, Legal Mindset will be joining us in 15 minutes. Killer Cast Game says, do y'all see the kid from Texas State get kicked out of school for harassing a Turning Point USA meetup and interacting and reenacting the assassination in front of him?
I did see that.
Good. Piece of shit.
Yeah, this was the interaction right here. And yes, like this, the long and short of it is that there are now consequences for this. This
It's
is what
just
the
so
kid did.
vulgar behavior. So vulgar. Cruel.
It's animalistic. It's yeah.
Just like a little savage. It's awful.
He thinks he is. He really thought he did something there.
Yep, he thought he did something.
I think he's just doing an impression of Chicago.
Well, I'll say this: what he did do, was get himself expelled.
Good,
nice.
He got himself kicked off of the Texas State University school, and this is from the president. We talked about this briefly on my impromptu stream yesterday. He says, "I will not tolerate the behavior that mocks, trivializes, or promotes violence on our campuses." And yes, he's gone. The student is out.
Good. I love accountability. I love that we're in the age of accountability right now. I'm loving it. Loving it.
Yes. So we have people getting fired all over the place, which, hey, you know what? This comes down to people go, we've talked about this on the show, but this is not cancel culture, right? There's a big difference between finding out that Mally 10 years ago said something extremely racist, right? And then wanting her to get fired from her job, right? And Mally reacting, sorry, Mally, I'm just throwing you under the bus here, which I know you didn't do that 10 years ago, but I'm just saying.
I'm all good.
But you glorifying death, you know, and that's what we're seeing here. And I said this before on the show, but if you're a manager at a company, you don't even have to be the CEO. If you're a manager, or if you're fucking bagging groceries at Target, and you know that the person next to you who is scanning those groceries or that T-shirt or whatever it is that they're scanning was publicly saying like hooray for violence, got to be honest, don't know if you should want to work with them. Just throwing it out there, you know. And I think that's what we're seeing. It's literally not a safe environment. Not a safe environment at all. Someone who glorified, you know, a rational person would not look at the way somebody died and celebrate it. So I said this before, and I'll say this again. If you're not saying something, you are part of the problem. You cannot complain if you do not say something. If you don't go to your leadership, if you don't go to OSHA, which once again, Legal Mindset will be joining us in just a minute to talk more about that. If you don't make a stink about it and raise awareness of these people's unhinged behavior, then it doesn't matter. You cannot complain. You have to be vocal about the nonsense.
Yeah. Somebody brought up Trump's reaction to Ruth Bader Ginsburg dying, and it was just like, do you see that this is how normal people react when they hear about death of any kind, whether it's old age or it's a traumatic, you know, gone too young kind of thing? We all pretty much adamantly disagreed with the kind of things that woman did, but it is still a loss of a life, and that is something that we all take seriously. So the fact that it's very one-sided is evident.
All right. Once again, Legal Mindset joining us in just a minute. This is kind of interesting. South Park. This is just coming down right now. South Park has been delayed this week, given a lot of the stuff that was going on. You wonder what the episode was about, because South Park historically has a very tight production schedule where they're literally uploading the episodes like right before they're supposed to air on Comedy Central. Are y'all familiar with the production schedule of South Park? How they keep things so tight and so fresh? Like all their stuff is done like from week to week. They're building the new episode with South Park, and that's why they keep things so timely and so relevant. It's not like they're produced 3 months in advance. They're talking about the things that are happening in real time. Well, they have this that just came out. It says, apparently when you do everything at the last minute, sometimes you don't get it done. This one's on us. We didn't get it done in time. Thanks to Comedy Central and South Park fans for being so understanding. Tune in next week. So yeah, they and you wonder if it has anything to do with potentially the subject of the episode. Potentially, maybe. I don't know. You can only speculate in a situation like this.
I would say it's a pretty confident guess. I mean, I was talking to James offline about it a bit, and we were both came to the same conclusion. We're like, are they even going to continue this season? Because it seemed like their whole plan was to make fun of the right. Like, how do you even do that with what happened? I'm not against South Park making jokes on both sides or anything like that. Like, I wasn't like super pissed off at the season like other people might have felt. But at the end of the day, like, how do they carry forward with this, with whatever they were thinking of planning for the rest of the season? I feel I wouldn't be surprised if they're like either going to radically change direction if they do another episode and not even like acknowledge any of this other stuff that they started the season with, or if they just stop altogether. But regardless, they're going to be rewriting.
Yeah,
I think you're probably right about that. That's one of the things that you see consistently here is like Charlie Kirk, he was all about like the hilarious nature of South Park. He embraced that stuff. He was like, yeah, they're making fun of me. Whereas you feel like if they were to do that and they were to make fun of somebody on the other side, the reaction to South Park would be much different, which we've seen, the reaction to all this with the lack of violence and the lack of burning down buildings and the lack of looting and rioting and mostly peaceful protests. I think that, I don't think we're just putting things together here. That's all. So Graham says Sucker Punch is located in Bellevue, Washington. So is anyone surprised they had lunatics working for them? The real miracle was the fact that the Ghost of Tsushima happened without any woke devs tweeting. Yeah. Up in Washington, it is what it is up there. Thank you. Hideki says there actually was that one Floyd mural on the side of a restaurant that got struck by lightning. Kind of makes you think. Yeah, that did get struck by lightning, didn't it? I remember that now. That's right. Armand says mercy, grace, and forgiveness are things you might learn from Judeo-Christian faith, but they kicked all that out of schools and polite society. Thank you, Armand. Joey says, I'm glad these people are getting a taste of their own medicine. I hope they grow up and realize that what they've been doing, this whole woke movement, has been terrible for everyone. No, Joey, they will not wake up. I think we all understand that you cannot reason with the unreasonable. You cannot reason with people who celebrate murder. Anthony says, if you aren't willing to attach your name to what you say, you didn't say it, and expect consequences to whatever you say. Simple. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. Retromeister is coming in with multiple parts here. He says, morning, Craig and fellow scrollers. There's much on my mind lately. I've been staying away from social media since Hulk Hogan's death, and which I haven't truly gotten over. Been keeping my focus on door dashing instead of keeping up with recent events. I just came back home from doing my deliveries when my mom frantically tells me that Charlie Kirk was shot and wasn't sure if he was going to be okay. When I saw the news that Charlie was killed, it hit me hard, both emotionally and mentally. My mom and I were planning on seeing Charlie in our state this last Thursday, but now it will never happen. He truly was the MLK of our era, despite what others say. Truly had a Christ-like attitude towards those who disagreed or opposed him in his beliefs. Charlie was a true patriot and a Christian compared to others who say that they are, but don't live by example. Either because they're afraid or they're pussies to do what's right, regardless of what others say. Charlie, and by the way, these are all separate parts that he has sent over. Thank you, Retromeister, for this. We have our guest is here. Thank you. That's our sounder for our guest being here. I'll welcome in our guest here in just a second. But he followed up and says, Charlie truly lived the quote of "Let's agree to disagree," and now joins those who came before him, if not inspired him to be the man he would become later. The left thinks that they have defeated us with Charlie's death, but has only done the exact opposite. Though I'm not a Christian, I respect what Charlie did and stood for despite those who opposed him. I had a strange feeling that something big would happen this month, either tragic or political, that would affect not just America, but the whole world. Retromeister, thank you very much. I will continue to read the rest of that here in just a little bit. This is all several parts of $10 donations. So Retromeister, thank you very much for your support. All right. Joining us now, a wonderful legal mind on the other side of the world, but is taking time out of his day to join us. Hello, Legal Mindset. Great to see you. Uh-oh, is he muted?
I don't hear any audio.
Oh, you may want to check your audio there, Legal Mindset. You may check your mic really quick.
We're good.
We will. We're good. Okay. Are you there, buddy? We do not hear him, Phoenix.
Oh, let's go here. How about this?
Oh, there you are.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Bada boom. Got him. All right. Excellent. All right. How are you, my man?
I'm very, very good. Good evening, everybody. It's not a stream without a little bit of scuff. But no, I'm doing really great. And the thing is about all this, obviously, it's crazy times. I think this has been like 2 or 3 weeks of some of the craziest news ever. But the good news is that things are happening, and I am of a mind, and maybe this is my mindset of positivity, and that I think that it, at this inflection point where we have kind of many roads you can see this going down, like good road and bad road, right? I am of the mind that good things can happen, and good things that need to happen can happen. And they can happen in a way that, in my mind, can still be nonviolent and can be, and ultimately can clean up things, and they need to remove certain people. We've needed this for a while to remove from corporate America, from government, from positions of power that shouldn't be there. There's a lot of cleanup that needs to happen, and I think we may be on the right track. Definitely not done yet, and it's definitely necessary that there's a lot of things that happen. But if you even look at the law, all of these things can happen. All of these things can happen legally. All of these things can happen through our current system. There just needs to be people that are brave enough to use the tools that are at their disposal. So that's my TED talk there.
Well, let's talk about some of those tools here. Sure. You've been very vocal about if there are tools to be used, it's time to use them. And you had a tweet out about how you're dropping a fast facts video, but specifically talking about OSHA. Now, can you just kind of give everybody a rundown of what OSHA is and how this relates to day-to-day ongoings in business?
Sure. So, like, obviously, the kind of meme is, go to HR, report HR. That was something that, a lot of other people were saying. And the point is that a lot of HR departments, and anybody who works in corporate America knows, a lot of HR departments are captured, right? So they're controlled by people that are not going to be very friendly to your complaints. So you go in there, and there's the Karen in HR meme. And I feel bad because I knew a very nice Karen who worked in HR. She's a very sweet woman. I feel bad for all the Karens out there stuck with that name. But the point is that HR has an incentive to not take your threat seriously, not only because they probably disagree with you politically, but beyond that, they don't want to make more work. They don't want to, they don't want to cause any problems. They don't want to rock the boat. So they're just willing to say, okay, you're just some crazy person, or you're just some extremist or whatever else. We're going to ignore you. You're being overly sensitive. But with OSHA and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, with an OSHA report, which is you can make anonymous, they cannot ignore those. Those things are reported, and they're going to go all the way up. It's going to go all the way up to the higher management. So it's going to skip over those people. And it's going to be something that there's a government statistic. So you're going to be able to track the number of reports and see, hey, look, this increased in this month, and not bury it, right? And the key here is that people that are celebrating violence, and this is the key, right? And a lot of people screw this up, including a person who needs to be fired. The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, she needs to be fired immediately. That's something that I think everybody can agree with, left and right and center. I'll talk about that later. But you need to focus on violence and threats of violence, especially direct incitement of violence, has never been legal. Right. So a lot of people want to bring up the free speech argument. And of all people, I am super pro free speech. I'm a person that wants to allow as much free speech as possible. But there is a point at which there is a limit. And the limit is calling for death and calling for violence. Right. That's the limit that we have. And as civilized people, as human beings, we should set that as a boundary. Like, we're not going to call for each other to die. Like, let's not do that. That is a line that I think we can all agree on globally, saying, hey, look, we're not going to be calling for more assassinations, calling for more death. Destiny, who I believe is banned. I haven't. There's been so much news going on right now. And Dan Clancy, I think, just got called. I saw the letter right now. He just got called by James Cormer, the chairman of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, to testify in front of Congress. So stuff is happening, right? People, the nothing ever happens. People are having a bad week because things are happening, and when they're seeing these results, seeing these things happen, they are scared. They're indeed scared because they see that the things they've gotten away with, there are now consequences for. People are being fired. Thousands of people have been fired from their jobs, whether it's through direct reports, whether it's through OSHA, whether it's through whatever else. They're finding out that these things are consequences that they've gotten away with for so long. And by the way, the language that they're using, some of the wording that they're using, for example, what Hasan said, right? If somebody on the right had said that, they would be in jail. And it's not even a question. They would 100% be in jail.
So let's talk about that for a second, okay? Because there's a few things that you said there that I really honed in on. All right, we'll get to Hasan here in just a second. But
that's a special case.
Yeah. You said people who are endorsing or advocating for violence, right? But what about people who are just celebrating violence? You have the crazy coworker. He's a manager at your game development studio, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, Charlie Kirk is dead. I'm so excited for this." He's just celebrating that, right? Can you still bring that to OSHA?
So you can bring that to OSHA, but once again, if you have a credible fear, the whole point is, if you have a credible fear that this person incredibly is going to be a safety risk, is going to risk the safety of others in the workplace, and you believe based on your total knowledge of this person, right? Once again, I am not encouraging fake reports. There's a punishment for fake reports, up to $10,000 fine. 6 months in prison, right? So don't file a fake report here. You need to have a credible threat. But if you're looking at this person and their overall behavior, inclusive of that, is one that puts you in fear of your safety in the workplace, I think that would be credible, right? Versus if you're looking at a person and they're saying like, I'm not sorry about this or whatever else, and their overall behavior is not really threatening or whatever else, maybe not, right? It's got to be a case-by-case basis. I can't say that conclusively for every single person, right? Because it's one by one by one by one.
Sure.
Do you have a fear of your safety in the workplace? If the answer is yes, then that would be something you should do. And mind you, employers, and this goes for contracts too, because I've talked about terminating contracts. If you are making them look bad, if you are giving them a negative reputation, almost all employers, if you look at your employment contract or you look at commercial contracts, for example, the contract that you'll have with contractors, I know there was the crazy Sega comic book person who's a contractor for Sega. If you look at this contract, there's a morality clause in there, which says if you do anything that makes us look bad or gives us anything but a positive reputation, anything negative, etc., we can terminate your contract. So if you look at those statements, yes, they're not calling for death, but is it something that you could terminate someone's contract over? Yes. And once again, people on the right have been getting terminated for far more mundane things, right, than that for the past how long? 5 years, 10 years, maybe? I would say at least 5. Minimum, at minimum 5, 6 years. During COVID, certainly people were terminated for just saying mundane things that really weren't that bad, but they were terminated for them. termination and employment is not something that is an absolute guarantee, not in the United States, right? So they can look at that and say, hey, we don't want this type of person here because this is not what our brand represents, right? Our brand doesn't represent the celebration of violence.
Okay, let's dig into that a little bit more, because we're contractors of YouTube. We're also contractors of Twitch. We're contractors of Kick. Whenever we sign that agreement to stream on their platform, we're not employees. We're contractors of them. They pay us. We have to pay taxes on all that. As a contractor of a platform like Twitch or Kick or YouTube, can we as a contractor go to said platform and report somebody that we don't feel safe about, i.e. Hasan?
I think it's a plausible theory, right? It's a plausible theory. It's possible. I think it's strongest if you're an employee, right? Obviously, because you're saying, hey, this is my workplace, including former employees, right? So former employees, if we're talking about OSHA reports, right? Former employees and current employees would have the best case. They'd have the strongest case. But I think you can arguably say, hey, I'm a contractor. I work for this person. This makes me uncomfortable, right? So, i.e. this environment needs to change. And beyond that, it's become a manifestly unsafe environment. Unsafe environment because it breeds people calling for violence, calling for death, calling for all sorts of horrible things to happen. And it hasn't been checked, right? It hasn't been stopped. They're allowing it freely. In fact, they're promoting it on some platforms, right? So if you look at Reddit, you look at some of it's just open promotion. It's not even hiding it.
Well, and let's talk about that, right? You have Twitch openly promoting Hasan Piker, right? And some of the disgusting things that he said, literally calling for violence. You talk about that. We could go down that rabbit hole if you like. But do you think that there's legit interest in the idea of them potentially being prosecuted for that inside? Because
prosecution is one thing, termination is another, right? So terminating someone's workplace, that's one level, right? So you can fire people in America, assuming your contract doesn't give you some sort of right. You can fire people for pretty much any reason, right? Other than a discriminatory reason, other than saying, okay, I'm going to fire Hasan because he's a Turk, right? Obviously you can't do that. But you can say, hey, look, this language is not acceptable on the platform. Boom, we're gone. And look at your own terms of service. It clearly violates the terms of service, your own terms of service. So you have plenty of grounds to do that as a platform. But if you're talking about, okay, are you going to criminally prosecute somebody? That's a more difficult thing. Now, is it possible? Maybe. But I think that's a secondary step you have to look at that is more difficult. Once again, you've got a higher criminal standard. You've got a higher burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So I don't want to give people false hope that, hey, they're going to all be thrown in jail. That might not be happening. But the first step of getting them out of business is very doable. It's very doable to get them out of business. It's very doable to contact the advertisers and say, hey, advertisers, this is what they're doing. Are you okay with promotion of this? That's what the adpocalypse was, back in the day. And even they had on Twitch another little ad bump over the blip, you might say it, over the comments about Sabra and all the other, anti-Semitic comments there. So there was, the advertisers are very much interested in this. So I think that's a definite weak spot. And beyond that, I want to say this for you guys especially, and this is what I really wanted to talk about, is that you really need to focus on the areas that you know a lot about, because I run through different niche communities on YouTube, and your niche community best, right? Whether that's anime, gaming, comics, whatever else, the people in your little area you like that are the bad apples. Now is the time, if you look at their comments, to tie those together and have consequences.
So, gaming, we know, Kay, Mally, we've all seen this. Just, it is infested by not Democrats, but leftists. And I think there's a big difference between the two. People who have a radical ideology, who are broken people. You see this a lot in like the creative space. And I know you can't see Phoenix, but Phoenix can speak a lot to this. When you see, it's funny because we were talking about this right before you came on. A game called Ghost of Yote is getting boycotted from both sides right now because one of their one of their employees who was developing the game got fired for celebrating the death. And now the insane progressive lefties over here are going nuts over him being fired. So now they want to boycott Ghost of Yote. So you see the back and forth that we go. If I'm working at a game development studio right here, and yes, you are correct. There's the HR Karen meme. We've all seen it. They probably are not going to be on your side. They're probably going to agree with the other side. But in an industry that is so indoctrinated here, can OSHA, like going through OSHA, actually make a difference? Like you say, this is the time, but
you could. And once again, here's the thing: there's going to be companies that, this is what I bring up. There's going to be companies that fight back, and there's going to be companies that say, you know what, we agree with you. We're going to get rid of these people. And what you have to do is take your money and man up or woman up, whatever it is, equal opportunity here, and take your money and say, I am no longer going to give my money to this company that is choosing to let these people stay in house. I'm going to choose to give my money to these other people that are not doing that. And for the first time, you're going to be able to see which companies do it and don't do it. Some companies are going to do it, and some aren't. Some are going to fight this tooth and nail. You're going to have for the first time, we're going to be able to see which companies do it and which companies don't. And you need to make a list. I know I saw the even on Steam, I saw like Charlie Kirk tweet detected, right? It's kind of the DEI detected version, right?
Yes.
You need to look at those lists. Lists are very good. You need to track those lists. You need to follow who is the good ones and who is the bad one, and actually put your money where your mouth is. That's the only way this is going to work, if people are very careful and end up moving one direction, because you're going to see quickly who has money and who doesn't, right? Because typically these people that are complaining, the leftists, are typically broke, right? They don't have much money. It's the normie consumer, right? Not necessarily the right, quote unquote, right? It's the normie consumer, plus, maybe you could say whatever, right? The middle, the right, whatever that is, and the normies are the ones that are really activated on this. There's a lot of people that have been politically engaged for a long time. They're politically engaged already on the right and the left. What the Charlie Kirk incident, and this is what people underestimate, what it woke up is the normie, right? The person who wasn't really paying attention and wasn't really engaged, and now realized, oh, wow, right? And not just Charlie Kirk, Irina Zarutska as well, right? Those incidents within 1 week woke up a lot of people who are like, wow, this could be my daughter and this could be me, right? Or this could be my sister and this could be me, right?
Right.
And that's the powerful part. That's what a lot of people, especially because we're all online. So we are online people. We think the online world is one thing, but it's the normal person, the person that's at your local coffee shop, the person that's out there at your job. Those people are now scared. And that is the real power here. And that's a moment that if we let this pass and we do not take action, it's a squandered moment.
So how long do you think we have? What's the window right here that we have?
I think the window is about a month or two to take serious action. And that's why I say we have to have the right people making the right decisions, right? I saw stupid Bondi making comments about hate speech, which really isn't a thing. It's about violence, right?
Right.
You got to make sure we got the right people that are doing the right things in the right places, right? And you have to make sure that they are using the right tools, right? So, I'm all for Antifa being designated as a terrorist organization, but it needs to be done in the right way. There's a right and a wrong way to do that. And they need to make sure that the powerful institutions like media are checked. And we've already started to do that. There's been defamation lawsuits. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
There's been defamation lawsuits that are already coming after fake news. I covered the Nichols case, Nichols versus Cat 10 Barge. And they're already going after them and this was before Charlie Kirk, they've been going after news for just reporting BS, for making stuff up. But we're seeing now, people are seeing how the media is just lying. They said Charlie Kirk was some bigoted, racist, white supremacist, far right, Nazi, etc. And just that's not true. None of that was true. Right, he was the most normie, vanilla conservative out there. Right, it was just like your grandpa's politics or your uncle's politics or something like that. Not the crazy stuff. He was not Fuentes. He was not someone who's out there on the extreme. He's just a normie, right? And that's what they see the media lying and saying this. They're like, this isn't that weird. And they looked him up and they looked up what he says. It's like, this is not crazy, right? And that really deeply disturbs a lot of people, particularly, like I said, normal, average, everyday Americans.
Ladies, give you an opportunity. If you have any questions here, by all means, the floor is open to you as well. Come to you in just a second. Mally, you got anything you'd like to ask or comments? Okay. Kay?
No, I think it's a lot of information. It's good.
Right. So walk me through this. Let's just say there's a crackpot who is working with me, and I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with this person. I don't, I lean. Let's say I'm centrist, right? I'm just not far left, right? And I'm not celebrating the murder. I don't feel safe around this person. Walk me through what it looks like when I go to OSHA and report an OSHA violation. Walk me through that.
Here's another, and there's a lot of different steps. OSHA is just one tool. So I like to say that's like a tool in your toolbox, but don't let me try to represent that that's your only tool. You can use a combination of all the tools. We can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time, right? Unless you're in Singapore, that's illegal. But that said, you're there, let's say you have an employee that you think is unsafe. You could do all the above. Your corporation, if you work at a large corporation, has a hotline for this sort of thing. So you can contact your corporate hotline. Let's say you worked at an Amazon, right? With the parent company of Twitch, right? You can call the Amazon hotline, the specialist hotline, and do that, right? So you'd call the hotline, try that one, then also submit the OSHA report. And then you might walk in the HR director's office if you're bold enough and if you want to do this and if you're not afraid, right, of you're not afraid of your anonymity being exposed, etc. You could also walk into the HR office and say, I've submitted an OSHA complaint. I expect this to be, to be moved upon, right? And, do all three, right? If you wanted to. You can also, once again, contact the advertisers, contact people that are involved in this. It depends on what your stance is with the company. Are you willing to leave them? Are you willing to depart with them? How do you want to do this? But I would say, the problem with most employees is they want to keep their head down. That's why they haven't spoken up, is because they share these values, but they just want to keep getting paid. They don't want to lose their job over this. And we saw the instance with the nurse that was fired by the doctor. Then ultimately she got her job back, and the doctor left the job over the Charlie Kirk speech, right? She was like, this is wrong. She was fired, right? The doctor fired her, and then she got hired back later due to the backlash and due to the problem. So it depends on your stance, but I would take a multifaceted approach. I would call hotline, I would submit the report, and I would go into HR, right? You can do all of those things. And if you really want to leave, okay, leave, right? You can still submit the OSHA report. You can leave. You can contact advertisers. You can contact the contractors, anybody. And that goes, by the way, that goes both ways. If you have a company and you're providing a service, right? Let's say you're providing the janitorial services to Twitch. You can say, hey, look, I'm triggering my contract morality clause, and we're going to break this contract because you guys can clean up your own shit at Twitch. We're not going to do it for you anymore, right? Because you're janitors, right? So, you can break those contracts, and you will see. And this is what I talked about with Amazon. They have a bunch of big contracts with the DoD and the Department of War. Yep. Right. And this, CIA, a bunch with the GSA, the General Services Administration. All of those contracts we can break. Trump threatened Elon. If you remember this correctly, threatened SpaceX contracts over a little disagreement about taxes. Trump's like ego being hurt. And once again, it's not a positive thing. I'm just saying Trump and Elon, like their egos being hurt was enough. This is way more. This is an assassination and a cold-blooded death on a train, right? A cold-blooded killing on a train, right? Way more than just two egos battling here, right? So there's way more than enough justification to terminate these contracts, saying, hey, look, Amazon, we're not gonna, you're supporting Twitch over here, which has all this hate speech. That's your subsidiary, right? Because once again, Twitch is owned by Amazon. We're going to terminate these billions and billions of dollars of contracts. And Hasan is not worth billions and billions in contracts. Okay. He's not. He doesn't bring in that a lot of money. Twitch is not that profitable, right? So if you really look at this, they've got an incentive. If you've got the strength, we'll call it courage, to take those bold actions and say, we're willing to do this. We're willing to push that line to get this fixed.
Realistically, and you have your tweet up here talking about this in particular, that you said the Department of War and other government agencies have massive contracts with Amazon. If the U.S. government was to even threaten the loss of those contracts to Amazon. How, number one, are there alternatives that can match Amazon's output for whatever it is that they're offering?
Well, I think that's the thing. Obviously, Amazon has the scale, right?
Right.
Some of them have alternatives, right? Some of them do have alternatives. Some of them would be hard to find a competitor, right? I'm not saying that Amazon is the only one. There definitely are other options, but at a moment's notice, no, right? But there are some of those contracts. They can say, hey, you know, we're going to just go to your competitors, right? We're going to go to somebody else. We're going to go, instead of going to Amazon Business, we're going to whatever other competitors they have, right? You are very correct, though, that yes, at a moment's notice, will they be able to do that? No. But if they're thoughtful about it and they prepare, it's possible. And once again, you don't need to go for all the contracts. Just pick one. Pick one, right? A $1 billion contract. And just say, we're going to terminate this one contract. Right? That's more than enough to wake Jeff Bezos up and get him to shake things up. Right. And he's been trying to play chicken with a head in the sand, saying he doesn't know. That's why Elon tagged him. Because I've said this in one of my tweets, got circulated. All the rich people have each other's numbers. I wouldn't be surprised if Elon's called them. Elon's people have called Jeff's people, right? Jeff knew, but publicly he did it on Twitter so that Jeff can't pretend he doesn't know. Can't say, okay, I don't know, right, at all. Oh, I had no idea this was going on at Twitch, right? Which was plausible before. It now is not plausible. And when they're called, it certainly won't be plausible after he's called before Congress, right?
Right.
So after he's called before Congress, there's no way, Dan Clancy gets up there and talks about it. Then Jeff Bezos can't pretend, oh, I had no idea this was going on. Oh, how horrible this is. No, you knew Jeff, and you had the power to do this at any time. He's the executive chair of the board. He's no longer CEO, but he's the executive chair and the largest shareholder. He can just say get this done, and it's done, right? It's done like this.
Realistically, I mean, this is all great in theory, but realistically, in 3 months from now, has anything changed on Twitch? I mean, we're talking about Dan Clancy going in front of everybody and speaking in front of Congress. Obviously the signal boost from Elon. Do you realistically think anything will change on the Amazon-owned Twitch?
I mean, once again, we'll see what happens, but I certainly think that the pressure is there. I mean, once again, I cannot predict the future. I cannot say I'm no oracle here, right? But if something doesn't happen now in the next couple months, when is it going to happen? What is it going to take? How much blood needs to be on Twitch's hands before something happens? How much? That's the question. Do we need more? Because we already have it, right? The deeper, and same for a lot of these platforms, Reddit, Discord, etc. How much do we need? Do we need more things to happen? I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to be the case. I think this is enough, right? I think it is enough. However, if it doesn't get stopped, mark my words, more will happen, okay? Because the incentive for these people, for all of these people pushing this death glorifying speech, is to become more and more extreme. And if they are not stopped, if Hasan is not stopped, he will feel free license to continue to preach death and encourage death. And it will only, because of the audience and how it works, become more extreme. It will not he's not going to moderate himself because he's been given a green light to continue and go harder.
Well, I think in a situation like this, you see this oftentimes with creators who feel like they have to continuously one-up themselves. I got to do a better stunt.
Yes.
Got to do a better stunt. But with him, it's words. And the words eventually do become actions in this case, where they're radicalizing these young kids who ultimately turn out to be, nut jobs. So yes, eventually at a certain point, he is cultivating an audience that will eventually eat him, in so many words, because he's not radical enough.
Correct. That's exactly right. It's the Mr. Beast effect, right? You got to up it constantly because you're trying to, impress that audience. And that's even when I come bring Johnny Somali. That's the thing in that loop too, with the IRL streamers. They constantly have to keep one-upping themselves by doing horrible things until the point of which they did stuff that was illegal, right? They constantly have to do that due to the nature of the audience. That's just how it goes. Unless you've found something that's a hard line and you've set a line for yourself and you haven't crossed that line, you keep pushing the boundaries. You're like children, right? Children they're adult children. I mean, Hasan is an adult child, right? They keep pushing and pushing the line until the parents say no. And for too long, if you want to have a metaphor here, mommy has been very permissive. Mommy Dan Clancy over there has been very permissive, saying that, oh, you can do it all, sweetie. You can do whatever you want. But, daddy needs to come home. And I'm using the old reference. I don't support corporal punishment, but sometimes you need to, whip out the belt, and give you a little spanking. And that needs to be a legal spanking, right? Because at this point, there needs to be a consequence. If they do not feel that consequence, if there's not some sort of punishment, they will continue to push that more and more and more. And people will be radicalized to do more and more and more. One of these people that's out there calling for death. I mean, I saw that video of a woman saying, oh yeah, we need more assassinations. We need this to happen all the time, right? We need assassinations to become regular. They are not kidding. They are serious. And unless there are strong consequences for this, it will be incentivized and it will happen more.
You used your analogy of mom not having any discipline. I've always said I grew up and I had a grandpa.
There are, by the way, let's be very clear. There are strict moms out there. I love you, moms. They're all good. They're strict moms. It's just a metaphor. Okay.
Well, yeah, for sure. My metaphor is I in real life, I had a grandpa. Whenever I was out of line, he'd whack me on the back of the head and be like, "You're being an idiot." And I feel like there's a lot of kids who don't have that grandpa, don't have that dad, don't have that mom telling them, hey, stop being such a clown, have a little respect for yourself. And there's no consequences for their actions. This is the lack of consequences they are now seeing the lack of consequences that they've not had their entire life show up in their face. And that's why people are getting fired from their jobs, having consequences for the first time, which is why they're so shocked that something is actually happening right now. So
because they've never seen it before. And that's the shocking thing right now. The real, and you're seeing it once again, this is the white pill. You're seeing them for the first time be afraid. That's never been true before, ever. They're experiencing the thing on the left that people on the right have experienced for the longest time, where we have to speak in coded speak. We have to be very careful and articulate about what we say. We have to, be very precise with our language. And by the way, we should continue to do that. And, our people that are joining us, our normies that are joining us in the middle, we need to help educate them to, as we criticize these things, to be polite, to be thoughtful, to be precise, to have a goal, to go in with an end in mind, right? Treat it like a sale, be very thankful to those companies. Here's another one, the people screeching on the left about people on the right, whether it was during COVID or any other time, whatever problem they were trying to get people canceled or fired for, they were never thankful after the companies took action. When a company does the right thing and removes these people, we should express gratitude and thanks. That's a very nice thing to do. It's something that makes everybody feel better. When you say thank you, right? It's like saying thank you to the audience, like thank you guys for being here today. It feels good and it's free, right? We need to be positive in this and reinforce that we appreciate that these companies or these people are taking the right action, right? And I think that's going to go a long way in separating the good people, the good non-death worshipers, right, from the bad people. And it's going to really create this bifurcation in the world. And once again, this sounds, a little bit big picture, but, like I said, we're in this timeline where the good people can prevail or the bad people can prevail. Which are we going to allow to happen, right? And this is one of those moments.
Well, I would like to thank you for joining us today, friend, and spending a little bit of time and sharing your wisdom in a situation like this. Do you have any closing remarks on how people can take action? We've talked extensively about not getting black-pilled and using your anger in a positive way. So I would love to hear your thoughts on or anything you want to close with.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing I'm going to start with. A lot of people are black-pilled because they've seen this go on for so long and said nothing ever happens. The moment is now for something to happen. If you want something to happen, you have to try. You have to try. You have to do something. Speak up. Whether it's reporting somebody, whether it's contacting advertisers, whether it's, if you're gaming, creating the lists, right? Creating the lists of who's out there. There are also a lot of fake accounts, right? Call those out, right? Report those fake accounts out there that may be bots or trying to cause trouble, etc. There's a lot of things you can do to get active and do this. If only out there just categorizing or looking at these accounts that are making comments and adding them to a database. Right? There are things you can tangibly do right now. And now is the time to do these things. We can do this. We can make a difference. It's not going to be a battle that's over right away, but it can be started. The fight can be started now, and we can push this through. It can give us some goals. So I think it's very possible, and it's possible through our legal system in a peaceful, nonviolent way. It's possible for reasonableness to win, and it's possible for people like Charlie that have that same mindset and that are open to reasonable debate, open to reaching across the aisle, open to being thoughtful, to win over the people that want us to go into death and civil war. We can win. Do not lose hope.
Andrew, we appreciate you, my man. Thanks for spending some time with us today.
My pleasure.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
All right. The big message: do not get black-pilled. We've talked about that at length, and I think action is by far the most important thing that you can do in a positive way. And I think that's the one thing that we will continue to preach in so many words. Ladies, y'all have any thoughts on what Andrew had to say for that 30 minutes or so? And thank you for your patience.
Oh, of course. No, it was he's very well spoken. I would just echo, don't be black-pilled. Regardless of what happens, just black pill will just destroy you on the inside out, and good is going to win in the end. Don't let evil win. So I agree. Don't be black pilled. Be red pilled. Be aware, but don't be black pilled.
Yeah, I got to amplify that too. I think too many people, we all kind of, knee jerked and got angry, and it's okay to feel things. Everybody tells you it's okay to feel things. It's not okay to act on those feelings. And that's the line that we're trying to draw. So just like Kay said, just like Legal Mindset said, is don't let that darkness consume you. Don't let that anger consume you. Let Charlie's message guide you. Let the kindness that we know that can heal the world guide you, because that is the only thing that we have.
Love that, Mally. Love that. Blabs, you've been kind of quiet the last week, and I understand why. But, as we kind of put there's been I mentioned the news is kind of going to slow down a little bit as it goes to Charlie Kirk. Most likely things will kind of hit a lull here. But do you have any just overall thoughts on the past week and just, I don't know, positive messagery that you'd like to
Yeah,
share?
I can basically state that last week was pretty horrific, right? We had back to back either anniversaries or murders, so it was very rough. But honestly, guys, the world is a lot better than it looks. Just close the internet, go away, go outside, go hang out with friends, do something that makes you happy, because it's a lot better. And again, as the girls were just saying, don't be sucked into the negativity. That's what I would say.
All right. We have had some great support today, and we genuinely appreciate it. Whether you're watching over on Kick, over on Twitch, over on Rumble, over on YouTube, or over on Plus, we encourage you guys to hit the subscribe button. Let's read some of that wonderful support, starting with Britt, who came in with a $50 super chat. Says, this is what you get when you shelter kids from the consequences of their actions. When they do not struggle or truly earn anything, you get spoiled children that become spoiled adults. This is a failure of parents and adults in their lives. Britt, I agree. And I actually think that there's a larger conversation to be had about, I see this locally, where even in Texas, at elementary schools, they are not allowed to have pretty much any consequences at these schools. When you are not allowed to walk laps at recess because it's seen as demeaning, that's when you have issues. That is ridiculous to me. And you know what I'm doing about it? I'm taking it up with the superintendent, and I'm bringing it up because something has to be done. You can't just talk about it. You got to do, because these kids need to know consequences for their actions, both good and bad. Joey says, we need to honor Charlie Kirk by fighting the way he would have. He was a Christian man, a pacifist, and he chose to fight his battles with dialogue. We must strive to follow Charlie's example. It takes more bravery to speak. Thank you, Joey. French Freedom Fries came in with the $20. I guess that's on. Is that on?
That's
Rumble?
on Plus.
That's on Plus. Awesome. Thank you. It says for the normies. Thank you very much, Freedom Fries. Always love the support over on Plus. Zenik says, remember, we are not engaged in cancel culture, but consequence culture. Cancel culture is persecution for opinions and jokes. Consequences culture is holding people accountable for their actions. Thank you, Zenik. Risk Video says, the men who want to grill better wake up and fight because they won't leave them alone and they'll remove their ability. I paid attention to politics because they ruined the things that brought me joy. Thank you. Pippa came in and says, did you see the dev of the game Cruelty Squad made a Charlie Kirk shooting reenactment?
Yep.
Yeah, well, you can... Mally, I'm with you on that. Like, what do you do? What do you do in a situation when you see somebody who like goes out of their way and they're like, this would be really funny to do? Like, you just kind of breathing in, I think, I don't know. How do you respond to that outside of, I don't know. How do you respond to that, Mally? Oh, you muted?
I'm muted. Sorry, my keyboard's loud. No, you just pray for them and you hope that it gets called out enough to be shut down, but I just pray for them.
Don't know if they're going to be shut down. I think ultimately this is one of those vote with your wallet type situations. But I mean, it's a game that nobody knew existed anyways, you know?
I would quickly say, stop reacting to them. Start owning the culture. They no longer own the culture, so don't react to them. Treat them like an ex. Who gives a shit? Let them keep screaming. Keep moving forward. Keep voting with your wallet. Keep the white pills going. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robot Phoenix.
Thanks, Travis.
Tomas says, not liking chocolate. I'm sure our fanfic writer will feature that in our next one. By the way, your YouTube stream seems to be throttled here since Charlie. Other channels stream fine, even a couple at a time. Thanks for that. That's honestly probably my. I'm doing. By the way, I have two streams going on my computer right now. I have the stream to Twitch, and I have this stream right now that you guys are watching on the main channel. So yes,
it is your computer, by the way.
It's 100% my computer. Yes. Graham says Blabs will get to see just how nuts Washington is when she comes here for FatCon.
Yeah.
Gird your loins, Blabs. Gird
I had a big
them
bowl
well.
of pasta yesterday. I was so full for like 5 hours after that. I was like, ugh.
You gonna get fattened up there, Blabs?
I'm gonna get fat and happy.
Mally, you want to go to FatCon?
I don't think I qualify.
No, you don't. But that's the point. We're gonna put prosthetics and everything, and then we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Listen, we're gonna do our best. It's gonna be good and look really
Great.
really,
You, me, and Meg. Let's go.
All right. Let's do it.
Flabs making her way there.
Flabs.
Oh my god.
Mercenary says, yeah, doing DoorDash myself has been helping me stay sane, especially staying away from large groups with my second job where I have to work retail. I hear anyone who's basically going through it now. Yes, we're all dealing with it. He also says, hey, Legal, I'm sorry about that. He said, hey, Legal, how's it going over there right now? I myself trust trying to stay sane. And what's the count on Johnny Salami and his years in jail? Also, Andrew, please fire Blabs for today in gaming history. I'm sorry I didn't get to that, Mercenary, but thank you for your support. Joey says, I'm glad these people are getting fired for their behavior and woke influencers are getting banned to show that there are consequences for every action. This is war, but this war is won through dialogue. Rick says, Poppy palette cleanser, please. Thanks. Keep up the good work. Rick, thank you very much. Oh, there is Poppy. Hello, Poppy. Bringing out the Starbucks,
Poppy?
which ironically, Starbucks will not put the name Charlie Kirk on their cups. Did y'all see that?
Yep.
Is
That's
that
great.
confirmed? It's very easy to frame something like that. I'm not like necessarily saying it's unbelievable, but it's easy to say like, oh yeah, they wouldn't put the name on it, and then you tell them to put a different name.
Yes, I did see
Yeah, I
that.
think there was a video actually of the actual
okay.
worker. Yeah, that's the only reason I know it's real.
I didn't
is
see a
they
video.
asked for the name to be Charlie Kirk, and she went, "We can't do that because it's a political name."
No way. Are you
Said it to the
serious?
customer's face. And then
Yeah.
actually I saw another one. They wrote loser on the cup when they ordered his order
Are
because lots of people are ordering his 2 honey tea, the Majesty one, and somebody wrote loser on it. So Starbucks is woke as fuck.
I am not in the mindset to give any of these people a benefit of the doubt, and I did for that one thing because I'm like, you can just tell Starbucks to put one name and then claim it's another thing. Like that was like the small 0.001% thing, and they still fail. They still fail. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Awful.
Nick came in and says, "Don't be violent, be peaceful. Even when some people are hurting, Jesus loves you." Thank you, Nick. Suna says, "I went to church for the first time in 5 years. Problem is that CAD is so left-leaning that I felt only compliance from what I remembered. All I can do is pray and hope for the best." Rip, Charlie. CAD, you mean is that supposed to be California? CAD? CAD? Canada.
Oh,
yeah. Nick says, "I hear Ryan Kendall really wants to go to FatCon as well. Might want to reach out." Really? Oh, maybe a little
Let's go.
a little crossover. I'd like to see that. Let's make that happen. All right. And Retromeister, thank you very much for your wonderful message about Charlie and your great support. He did total $100 of support.
The boobies.
So if we can please supply Retromeister with that great support for the lack of support you can see on your screen.
Nice.
Thank you. All right, I'll tell you. Let's end on a little bit of a high note. I know we've gone a little bit long today, but I wanted to share this with y'all. Yesterday there was a video that went viral about the Sonic Racing Mario Kart advertisement. Blabs, did you see? Do you remember what we talked about yesterday with that?
We were talking about the Genesis commercial and the Mario Kart, and they were like, "Yo, there's Garfield Kart."
Yes. Well, it doesn't have to do with Garfield Kart.
I know. I just wanted to say it.
But it started with thank you, Blabs. Mally, I don't know if you're familiar with the original video, the commercial that featured the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo and the Genesis. Let me just kind of show this to you as a refresher real fast. Phoenix, here we go.
The Sega Genesis has blast processing. Super Nintendo doesn't. So what's blast processing do? And what if you don't have blast processing?
So classic ad, Genesis, Super Nintendo, and then we saw Sega actually replicate it with the new Sonic World game, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. We saw that release an updated version of it yesterday, just as a quick background as well.
We all know that kart racing game. It's great. We don't need to show it to you. But what if you can blast through and race on a whole nother level? What if you could warp across different dimensions, fully customize and build out your machine, and compete head-to-head across different platforms? Or what if you want to roam around on the open road?
Did you see how smiley K was?
Yeah,
It warms
it's great.
my heart. I was a Sega Genesis kid, so I'm so happy. Sega's back, baby.
Sega is back without offending Nintendo there. But Mally, did you see one of the biggest memes that came out of the release of Mario Kart World was that you could play as a cow.
I did see that, yeah.
Yes, you can play as a cow in Mario Kart World. Well, Nintendo Europe had this tweet here talking about the new update for the first online event in Europe right here. And if you scroll down and see the responses here, this commercial that we just saw, the response commercial here featuring the race cars and the knockoff of the 90s commercial, if you scroll on down, you'll see that they are getting ratioed to high heavens by this picture here featuring the singular cow over here. And if you scroll down, it's literally every single response.
Whoa.
it's just the same picture over and over and over and over and over.
Life's good. I love it.
Wow.
Oh,
Listen.
Fatality.
Let's go.
Yeah. That's
we can,
Wow, it
funny.
just
Oh my gosh.
goes.
we can talk about how bad the internet is, but this is what the internet was used for, right? This is why
the
we have
best.
it.
Yeah.
The best of the internet.
That's right. So it just continues to go. You get an occasional stop, but nope, it just keeps going. So yes, there you go. Great stuff right there. Nintendo getting ratioed by Sega without even trying right there. So I feel like I may just need to go buy this game just because of the ratio here. It's great.
Oh, the commercial convinced me. The second I saw they did a throwback, I'm like, I'm in. I believe it. Oh my God, I'm so in. I've been feeling like with the decline of Xbox that Sega could have like a huge comeback. And I know it's a big stretch, but I'm hoping they come back in the console market as well. I'm a big Dreamcast person, big Genesis person. I want it so bad. And I know it's like such a big ask, big pipe dream. Don't care. Get Xbox out of here.
Okay, are you retarded? Like the Sega's never going to come back into the console space.
I don't care if it makes it will. Yes, I am retarded. 100%. I need something to believe in, Craig. This is what I'm believing in. I need Sega to come back.
Baby, come back. You can
Yeah.
blame it all on me.
Let me cope.
I was wrong.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Well, hey, you just keep on wishing. We all need a goal there.
I will.
There you go. All right, great. Good Lord. All right, great place to wrap today. Who says we don't talk video games, huh? Let's go. Let's go. Delta says, I'm hangry today. Got a new job that does 5 a.m. to 1:30, so lunch is 45 minutes long at 11:15, and thought I'd get fries and a chicken sandwich from McDonald's for the first time in years. Waited half an hour only to pull out before ordering. Oh, sorry about that, Delta. Well, enjoy your lunch. Sorry you didn't get your full 45 there, buddy. Next time, bring it. Bring your lunch. Save that money.
That's healthier than McDonald's.
Yeah. All right, Mally, please tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me as a streamer exclusively on Rumble. I just quit Twitch this week. We switched to StreamYard, so fuck Streamlabs and fuck Twitch, just so you know. But yes, you can find me exclusive on Rumble. I'll be live later today doing my own, talking about all this kind of stuff and even more. And then you can also find me on X, TikTok, and Instagram as well. All my links are in my link tree.
And her
Excellent.
Rumble is in descriptions down below, as well as Kay's.
Okay. What about you?
At Melee Games, where I like to scream on the internet and suffer. It's usually what goes on. What's going on? Well, Friday we're going to be doing Melee music, which a lot of our people in our community love. We're listening to you guys' tunes when you tip in, and we're playing a video game with it. And then next week, if you really want to see me suffer, it's the Suffer stream where the stipulation, oh God. There's going to be clips of me. I already know what the stipulation we're doing is, and it's going to be bad. So if you want to see me legit suffer, that's next Friday. Whew.
Well, tomorrow we're going to suffer suffer in a good way because she brings the pain. Kirsha will be joining us tomorrow. It's going to be great. Also joined in the spare bedroom with me, live in person, Chrissy Mayer will be joining me immediately to my left tomorrow. She'll be taking this spot right here. We're going to zoom the camera out a little bit. And Chrissy Mayer and Kirsha tomorrow on the show. So make sure you guys join us tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1-ish. Looking forward to that. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button wherever you guys are tuning in, the thumbs up button on your way out. I want you guys to have a great rest of your day. Get outside, touch some grass, enjoy Earth. We got this great thing. Get outside, breathe the air, and just realize it's not all bad. Take action, though. Don't take the black pill. Just keep it happy. Appreciate everybody's support today. Thank you again. You guys have a great rest of your day. And please remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Fatality.
Oh, Jesus. Mally? No.